Whatever. It's something.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Surreal Canine. Time for me to send forth the links while Fox boots up his game.
It's waiting to boot. Like always.
As we're playing MaGMML3.
It is always ready to boot. Waiting to boot. Yeah, the white mask system, that's like such a big change of system that I'm glad that we got it. I did slight editing the Bastion, not very much. I just added like some shading to things. You can join whatever.
Okay, yeah, I was sending forth the links, and now I need to do that. And pause this stream to save bandwidth. There we go. Alright, joining.
Ba-boom.
Hi! It's a video game.
The costume party.
The costume party!
Like, the only editing I did was, like, a little more shading the Bastion's face so it looks a little...
Eh.
And then... I did finally change the eggs. So they're looking...
Nice.
More aura-spherish. And I changed the face, too, to be one color so you can actually see the, like, flying aura tiger head. Barely, but... No more shooting eggs.
Alrighty.
The Pippus is gone.
It's Snidely Man. What the heck? What the heck?
This looks suspicious.
That was bizarre.
But there's nothing there.
Got all our tanks. You're... Oh, yeah, you're... Detergents.
The Storm Scraper.
The Storm Scraper.
Oh, 3 of them, huh? Uh-oh.
Oh no, it's Motion Sickness Man again! Ugh, the judges made this all skippable because one section near the end is a possible epilepsy hazard. That section uses a sandstorm gimmick so frequently it causes rapid screen flickering. This is an issue for many players, even those without a history of epilepsy or migraines. If you want to preview the section in question, go to Room Beyond this teleporter. If you have a history of epilepsy or migraines, please skip this level and go left for the element and tokens.
What is this going to look like? Oh.
That's,
oh, that's a bandwidth killer.
That's... Yeah. No.
We're not even going to try it?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess we can give it a shot.
If it gets bad, we'll quit.
Yeah, that's screwing with my eyes, and I can usually track most things. It's Picket Man! Bird.
Hoi! Oh, 1 second. Sweetie has, like, done a thing. I need to be able to see.
Sweetie.
There we go. Now I can see it.
Hey, Amatsu! Yeah, this stage... Amatsu has not done this stage in Mirror Woman yet, huh?
It's that bad, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Looky to Hilda. It shoots and ladders!
Oh, boy. Too bad you can't shoot the ladders.
Go away, bird.
Oh no!
It moved up too quickly. Well, we're starting here.
Oh boy. Woo! That's a little trippy.
It's... Why do I keep hearing it when it's not here? Oh!
There, because it's there!
Cursor Chan can go away. I don't need that.
Aha!
How are you supposed to know that's even there?
Invisiladder. There we go.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Okay, so that was just a non-hint. It was a non-secret.
A not so pep secret, huh? Uh-oh.
You should be able to make that jump.
The timing is a little off on that.
That's a little scary.
Bird. Ow.
Bird, please.
Ow.
Bird, please! There is too much bird.
More bird.
So much bird. Any idea what the music is?
No.
Me either.
It's his music. Good job. Uh-oh. Why do I see a split path? Oh, that must be for the other token, I'm guessing.
You have... Oh, right. We skipped the tokens. Alright, let's see what this is. It is a thingy. So, so this expect break dash, or...
Doesn't look like it.
Nice work! Alright, I'm coming back.
Uh-oh. No!
Well,
Sandstorm apparently breaks in multiplayer there.
the very moment I decided to... Like, it didn't break when I was already in the level. Is it just a respawn animation that breaks it?
I don't know what broke it, but,
I guess we're not doing this level.
I guess not. That is...
Did the developers just not test co-op?
No, they said they didn't get that test at all. I mean, it was kind of added later, so it's kind of What was the name of the stupid level?
When we boot it back up, I'll tell you. It was like 89th place, I think.
Hold on. That sure was...
The level with the epilepsy sandstorms.
Yes. Hold on. There we go. For Amatsu to get to them, I guess. How do we...
Fox just has that superpower, okay?
I have, like, the Vine Saw style passive. I guess that can't be the sandstorm screw. It was a pity crash apparently, because that was probably the screen was gonna get real bad. So.
Meanwhile, I have the superpower to just not notice insane difficulty spikes or something. I don't know.
Alrighty, I can join up again.
I am immune to unreasonable gaming, unless it is like related to crashes or something.
Hey, don't hit that button. Stop it. Why? Oh god.
The storm scraper. That's what it's called.
Why are you all wet? That. Go here. Oh, you are soaking wet. Rusty, why are you wet? Is it raining out? No, it's not. Why are you soaking wet? Cat. You are completely wet.
Cat,
why are you
please.
soaking wet?
What is that thing on the right? Is that
Come up here when you're
achievements?
soaking wet. Smells like water. Did you fall in the water bowl outside that I put out there for you guys? Go wash this off.
Okay. So, how's stuff? Maybe I'll go get some
You got rained on. It wouldn't be the first time. He doesn't care about getting wet.
kitty.
He's an orange kitty. They don't care about getting wet. Hi.
Are you back or are you still
I'm
cleaning
back.
up? Okay. I'm just gonna go get a thing, but I don't need to
We
get a
can
thing.
continue at the. This would probably break it again.
Yeah, don't.
I didn't. Dusty, thanks. I get.
Thanks, Rusty. Let's see if it crashes. I guess it doesn't crash.
Was spawn in it?
I guess it's only the respawn that crashes. Whoops.
Wait, it was. It pushed you, and it didn't push me until you were dead. What? Oh, that's an odd thing. See, it's not pushing me.
Weird.
Okay then. What?
Synchronized dying!
Got Rusty in the way here. Stop! Rusty, stop! Stop! Stop!
The minimap is using my colors. When, oops.
Now it's pushing me. And I can't see because Sweetie stood up. Can you play down?
Thanks, sweetie.
Stop. Cat.
See, it's using Susie's colors.
Why? This is glitchy here. Oh, now it's not pushing you. What is happening?
I'll tell you what is happening. Lag is happening. That's why I jumped in the pit.
Ah, come on! It is lagging a little bit.
Yeah, let's just skip this.
I'll give it one more attempt here. If the cats would stop getting in my way, at least.
Cat.
And it's pushing on me this time? I guess... No, it only pushed on me after you died. What is happening with this level?
It is a Mr. T.
Mr. T, huh?
No, a Mr. T. That's how Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff spell it, and I will not have it any other way! Ah! The Sandaroos was a distraction. I have the car.
What? Oi, 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 this is label. Oh, this is just awful.
Told you.
And it disables,
Also, Cursor-chan.
it disables Rush Jet. For some reason. Why do you...
Why are we still playing this level?
I disable Rush Jet. I guess you're trying to force us to go through the weird, like, annoying sandstorm mechanic.
Sure seems that way to me.
I mean, like, okay.
Still have Magnet Beam, at least.
This is terrible.
Rude bird. Skip.
We can skip if you want to skip, I guess.
I want to skip.
That is just... That is just kind of a super annoying. Oh, we...
This way.
Oh, yeah, it's... It breaks in co-op. But that section, because the second you get hit, you're just... and it's really hard to take care of those birds.
A 25% time penalty. Got pretty high design scores all around. Bright blue skyline, high energy music, lots of precarious platforming. Yep, this is a win stage. Storm Scraper definitely nails the high altitude aesthetic, and it's helped along by respectable design. The enemy set is both appropriate and well placed. The grounded one makes excellent break in the platforming, although Rocket's intro feels a little off. And the airborne ones make good opponents during the platforming. But it's the gimmicks that are the real star, putting forth plenty of fun concepts for an entertaining level. The core here is the Tomahawk platforms. They're definitely simple, but the level puts them to a lot of interesting use. Special mention goes to the horizontal ones, offering a distinct twist on an old soul, and the token challenges are just plain good. On the other hand, Sandstorms in the Sky might be a bit odd, but the level does a good enough job that I'm glad it's here. Props especially for the last room. I felt it struck the right balance between blindness and visibility to create an excellent challenge. Alas, same praise can't be said for everything here. The long Sandstorm room with both Tomahawk platform types is a lot more challenging than necessary, and for more reasons than disabling Rush Jet. The Sandstorm works well with vertical platforms. Yes, they're fast, but they don't move on the same plane and thus don't interfere with each other. But the horizontal platforms are on the same plane, meaning their behaviors stack. Combine Sandstorm with tiny high-speed platforms, and the end result is frustration from easily falling off. The concept could work with more leeway, but in the current form it isn't fun. Thankfully, this is a strong win level outside of this one room. Not perfect, but what's presented here is pretty good. Keep it up. All things considered, this is a pretty solid level. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest fan of stages that rely on wind currents, but for the most part I found this one was pretty decent. While combining wind gimmicks and moving platforms isn't exactly a new idea, I think the base nature of them is more than enough to keep a player engaged. It does make some segments a bit indistinguishable to some extent, but the actual level itself plays out pretty decently. There's some genuinely well-made segments here, mainly the ones where you're traveling with the sandstorms to make otherwise impossible jumps. Enemy placement is also usually pretty thoughtful and complements the room layouts, although I do feel the Picketmen's placement anything.
Yeah, there's nothing on you to
Mainly thanks to the varying amount of pickaxes they throw out before stopping. All that being said, there's two major segments that I do take issue with, those being the Sandstorm segment with vertical platforms and the final lead up to the boss. Firstly, I feel like these sections actually should have been swapped around, since I found the Sandstorm and vertical platform segment to be way more challenging than the actual final section. It's certainly doable, but considering where it is in the stage, it felt like a major spike in difficulty. As for the final segment itself, it just ended up being way too disorienting for me to enjoy. I'm usually not one to get motion sickness from this type of thing, but this segment was really tough to look at, and the soundstorm effect of the sandstorm playing near the soundstorm effect, yes.
Alright, you guys.
Playing near constantly didn't help much either. Those issues aside, I feel like this is a perfectly serviceable stage. Platforming is decent, the aesthetics and especially the music are good. And I like the general idea of traveling with the sandstorm, something I feel Commando Man's original stage didn't capitalize much on. It's just that one difficulty spike and the disorienting ending that mars the level a bit. Cool capes not included. Now this is an interesting application of an established gimmick. Instead of using a sandstorm purely for obstruction, it is more used as a wind burst, either pushing you back or aiding you at jumping across some wider gaps to storm scrape, you could say. Quite clever uses of the gimmick. The time can get a little stingy and trial and error heavy. With that one section right here, For various moving platforms, there's not much opportunity to stop and parse, or else the bird enemies will shoot you off. The side challenges with the tokens are pretty neat, though kind of a missed opportunity to have one centered around the sandstorm gimmick. Even still, they're pretty creative. I like the first challenge where you need to avoid the platforms from carrying you back up as you try to descend. Man. That final section can get a little eye-straining, though, with the flickering tiles with so many small sandstorms coming by. I might need a bit of a visual adjustment in the final product. I want to get excited about this level. I'm on board with the soundtrack. I'm pleasantly surprised to see sandstorms used in a way that doesn't wreck the pacing of the level. I like the horizontal tomahawk platforms. I enjoy the token challenges, which do so much with so little and which avoid rehashing MaGMML2's Komuso Temple. I'm thrilled to see that bottomless pits, which are usually taken for granted in a sky level, are properly labeled. Yet, there's something keeping my enthusiasm in check, and I can't put my finger on what it is. Maybe it's a matter of challenge finesse. A messy Pickle Man screen that would be better with only one type of tomahawk platform. Sandstorms that are never quite timed how I want them. An overzealous final area that would be great if it didn't induce motion sickness. A boss chamber that's begging to include one of the level's gimmicks, or Gyroman's incredible weakness to Ice Wall. I think it's partly the aesthetics, too. The tile work is excellent, but something about the mix of colors and textures isn't entirely appealing to me. Plus, there are boss door tiles behind the boss door. A pet peeve of mine. Da-da-da-da. Hooray for bots.
No, it's there. Okay. Let me get this. Where are you?
Alright, where was I? As well, the custom tomahawk platform is completely broke on my first playthrough, with one ramming into the obvious break dash wall, another pet peeve, and hilariously forcing it out of alignment. One of my biggest pet peeves is locking weapons instead of designing around them, and for once I respect that decision. I see the rationale, and it feels like I'm being challenged rather than unfairly restricted. Difficulty progression is good, and the tensest parts are always right on the edge between fun and stressful. Assets are combined well. There's a lot to like, but I keep thinking about the things that could have been done differently. This stage is proof that with the dev kit being such a varied toolbox, you do not need any new assets to create an original experience. It all comes down to the design of the stage, not what random new crap you can throw at the player. I had initially encountered stage 1 and I had Loyan as a proxy player, and I'll say it was as much fun to watch as it was to play. While initially a little confusing, the sandstorm mechanic is used in such a way that enhances the flow of the level, as opposed to the original Commando Man usage, which forces the player to stop frequently or go at it blind. This is backed up by excellent stage design, which allows the player to go through these sections at their own desired pace. It is clear that each room has been built in such a way that you can clear them with minimal downtime. Each sandstorm is used in a very different way whilst using consistent rules. Checkpoints are expertly placed, continuing the theme of minimal downtime. The last sandstorm was a bit too busy, but the remainder of the visual design was very clear, such as using thin platforms to signify you can jump through them. The sandstorm, whilst not fitting the atmosphere perfectly, does make sense from a gameplay perspective, as it does not blend in at all. The music was a great choice, and the tokens were pretty interesting challenges. It all comes down to mostly to how well it all flows together. Excellent work.
Yeah, it's just that one room there that was kind of a pain with the vertical platforms and all the shooting stuff.
I was
Step on the gas.
Stepping on the gas. I was unwrapping this.
Hold on.
Ricola. Rick and Shinryu did not like this level very much.
Apparently not. Okay.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Yeah. think there's anything going on.
You can see it on the map.
Oh, yeah.
But how?
Good question. Not like that.
Oh, we already talked to you before. Well.
Maybe there's a way in for... No, we checked out the whole floor last time.
Yeah, there's definitely something there.
I don't know. That's weird.
Because you can see it here.
Mm-hmm.
That's odd.
Oh, boy. Go!
Can we hop on each other's things, or...?
I don't know.
I don't know how that...
Oh,
What?
there was a token up there.
That's kind of a annoying token, then. I don't even know what happens if you hop on each other's things. It don't... Ah! Well, you just pushed me off. Well, we've got to restart the level now. That is not a good... that is an annoying token, wow. You cannot.
Doesn't work, huh?
Nope. Oh, jeez. This is extremely annoying. I can't hear the music at all.
I can kind of hear it. Oops.
Up. Okay, there. Damn it! Ugh.
Got it. Go! Oh. I understand nothing. Token.
Yeah, we have to go probably from the other end here. That's my thought, yep. Ow. Ah, it keeps taking my bike each time and getting me hit.
Oops. Woohoo!
Well, this is going to be super annoying.
Gah!
Up.
How did you dodge that? Also, key?
That I hate this level. The way this stuff is positioned is just awful and cruel. Like, seriously, this is... making the player repeat all this stuff is annoying.
Bah.
Well... that is extremely annoying. Well, so is bike getting despawned too, but...
Ooh. Nice! Why did your bike despawn?
I don't know when the bike despawned.
Oh, this is just silly.
An attempt to make a bike level. They don't see that very often. Oh man. Kinda wish the boss didn't take that long. Oh no, I wanted that. Look at that. Ow. Ow. It'd be nice if we could hear the music, maybe. Toot. Can you not please click on the mouse, cat?
Bah.
Got lag bonked off. I lost momentum. Who's going to be the boss? That one biker dude from Final Fantasy VII Remake?
What if it's Johnny?
Or Johnny.
Yeah!
Wow, wow. Oh, I should have left that for you. Owie. Checkpoint. Yeah! Sweet, quit pushing on the mouse. It interrupts my game flow here. Stop, cat! Are you doing that because I just put flea medicine on you? I can't do any. See what I mean, cat? I don't appreciate dying to the cat.
Well.
Really? Well, that was stupid. People always forget about how easily you can get crushed in Mega Man. And I can't see. There we go. Thank you, sweetie.
Honestly, the crush physics in Super Mario Bros. X are pretty bad too, at least vanilla.
Toot.
Like if you're standing on a solid layer and it sinks into another solid layer, you get crushed. It's weird.
Roo, woo, roo, roo. Who is dinging? Luna, come on. I just tried to let you off.
Luna, she's a dingus. Why is the puppy a dingus?
Ow.
Boing. Token!
Hey, the music might be good? I don't know. Okay. Oh, jeez, we get to fight the boss. Oh, this is really hard to fight. Oh, jeez, that is. He can turn like 180 super easily, and we cannot. That's gonna be a problem. That's one way to do it. I can't turn fast enough to hit him. Oh, that was an awful boss.
That was Metal Madness from Sonic CD, I think.
That was an awful boss. It just doesn't. You can't turn the rush bike quick enough to deal with them. I noticed if I could frame perfect jump and hit the direction, I could change quickly, but it's kind of hard to pull off.
Right from the get-go, this was giving me a mixed impression. On one hand, a rush bike level sounds like a really fun concept. On the other hand, the poor volume balancing on the super quiet music did little for first impressions. For what it's worth, Rush Bike was really fun to use in its element. And as someone who's never used it prior to MaGMML3, I can say the level taught me how to use it well. It doesn't really demonstrate how useful Rush Bike can be as a makeshift shield or a way to cheese spike drops, but that's a consequence of it needing to be infinite for this level to work at all. Now, to the level's credit, it's not bad at first. The initial 3 sections do fun things with cannons, truck jumping, and leaping over spikes. Failing to nab the first or third token can be irritating due to backtracking afterwards, but that's not as big an issue with Rush Bike's speed and or convenient spikes. Unfortunately, it all goes downhill when Trucker Joe shows up. Ugh. Sure, Rush Bike is fast, but it's also slippery and your jump height is shot dead. It is not designed for use in combat, nor is it designed for precision platform, making those sections a chore. The bosses in particular are aggravating, to the point I usually just left Rush in a corner and blew them up on foot. That also applies to the section just after Trucker Joe, which seems to actively punish the player for using Rush. On a related note, besides the truck jumping, everything in that first truck segment is awkward at best. Their intro does a poor job of conveying where you're supposed to go. The little fade to the right is not visible enough to show you're meant to go left. Additionally, the level all but requires memorizing the truck time to not get blindsided, which can be a problem when they can squash you to death. In general, while the concept is nice, the execution leaves a lot to be desired. A Rush Bike level should play to the utility's strengths, not aggravate its weaknesses. I can't say I came out of this one for a newfound appreciation for my doggo cycle. I actually got pretty excited when I first started playing this level. The stage centered around Rush Bike has a ton of potential in it. Unfortunately, the end result with this one was less than stellar. The biggest problem here is the platforming. Rush Bike isn't really the type of utility that goes well with precision jumps, and it definitely shows in this level. Some parts aren't too bad, but there's a few, mainly the ones involving springs, that just feel off with the accelerated movement. There's also an issue with bad conveyance on how to proceed in a few spots. The room with the first truck, despite being a decent introduction to the enemy, has this problem. There's 2 open paths to the left and right. Where's my thing? Here it is. But going to the right leads to an invisible wall, and you're also likely to be crushed by the truck in the process. There's another part where it looks like you can jump down onto a moving truck from a high platform, but doing so only leads to death. The real way to progress here is to make a jump to another platform, which you can easily miss due to it being at the very edge of the screen. I think it's pretty telling that I found some of these sections to be a lot more manageable by simply not using Rush Bike. The mini-boss and a section after it in particular became far easier if you just summon Rush but don't actually get on him. Considering all this, I get the feeling the stage is made with the intention for you to be on Rush Bike at virtually all times. It would certainly explain why this level's challenge breaks completely in certain spots if you ignore the bike. However, there was actually a way to even further break this stage. As when I first played this level, there's a bug that allowed the player to easily jump over the barrier that's supposed to lock you into the Rush Bike. Though you can't perform this anymore, it did give me some interesting insight on what the level would be like without the weapon lockouts. Aside from that, the only other technical glitch I encountered was with the music. While I appreciate the song choice, I can't really ignore the fact that it doesn't loop properly and that it's really quiet. Honestly, I always preferred a stage with access to the other weapons. It certainly made the boss a lot easier. While I did get a chuckle out of his intro, I can't say I enjoyed the actual fight as much. He tends to go off-screen a lot, which means a lot of chasing him down. Rush Bike's 2 bullet per screen limit also makes hitting him a bit of a pain, especially given his frequent jumping. I could easily see him and the rest of the stage being more fun with a lot more polish, though.
If the boss had to turn around like you had to turn around, like the skin animation, that would actually be a lot better, because then it would also provide openings to hit him.
Yeah. I've been in this place before. Well, we've all saw this coming, the obligatory Rush Bike level. Sounds exciting, sure, but the stage definitely has its issues. Here, it emphasizes that you should go fast with its initial D references, except, ironically, you really want to play this one slow and not be on the bike half of the time.
No, you don't, Luna. You don't get to groom the flea medicine off Rusty. You leave him alone.
If you just go fast, you can't see the obstacles coming your way. You also take plenty of contact damage from the enemies while doing so, different from normal behavior where you would be invincible while on the bike.
Please.
There would have...
Come on, get out of her way.
There would have probably... There would...
Oh,
okay.
That was my...
Oh no!
He failed his jump and grabbed hold of me. Missed my
which button is full screen?
I don't know. F5? F2?
F2 is reset.
F1? F3? Is this the right one?
Yeah.
It's F3, apparently. Oh, that hurts. I'm bleeding, Squirtle. Oh, that's right. I can't do anything because we have to get... That's weird that even, like, the game itself didn't... I guess it closed the reset, maybe? I don't know. That's just an annoying problem.
F2.
I can't see what anybody's saying because Sweetie's in the way. They are doing it on purpose because I gave them flea medicine, so they're being pests for revenge. Normally I give them string cheese, but I don't have string cheese right now, and string cheese makes me sad. So, I mean, just giving the flea medicine made me sad because I had 6 of them left, and it's like, I got an extra one now. There we go. Cat, how do you always find the one spot where my ribs were broken and like push on it? I know it's been over a year, but that just takes forever to heal. It does not help when kitties are pressing on it. No, it's this section again. I have to wonder if whatever's on the screen just opens up after we beat the boss, maybe. Oh, I just noticed that's Minecraft Steve statue in the background there by the Goomba. Of course. Oh, you smell so badly of medicine, sweetie.
You also take plenty of contact damage from the enemies while doing so, different from normal behavior where you would be invincible while on the bike. There would have probably been more of an incentive to go vroom vroom fast, but the enemies take the contact damage instead while the player is going full speed. Expect platforming through death pits and spikes a lot, as well as the threat of being crushed by oncoming traffic, while also having a weaker jump and less air control while on the bike. Going fast is simply ill-advised, despite it being the literal gimmick of the entry. Kind of counterintuitive, don't you think? Don't you agree? To make a rush bike only stage work, you probably have to change the fundamentals of the level design more, not just build it like a regular Mega Man level and slap an arbitrary use only this challenge over it. The slippery control on the bike also made the boss fight not that great at times, so I had to resort to doing it on foot as well. Where then the dynamic of the fight becomes not accidentally getting on Rush while dodging Fake Man's attacks. Either way you go about fighting a boss is definitely maximum awkwardness. Music is also too quiet during the boss compared to the stage, making for slight annoyance adjusting the music volume in between.
I can't see, Rusty!
I'm glad someone made a level emphasizing Rush Bike. I'm sad it turned out like this. Races, chases, escape sequences, these are what I want to see. I want rhythm-based platforming where pattern memorization is more important than lightning reflexes. I want forgiving players that train the player to be an expert cyclist before demanding do-or-die precision. The intro section and the parts where you jump onto a hilariously bouncy bus sort of deliver what I want, but the level as a whole doesn't feel like a carefully crafted celebration of this unique utility. It feels like a normal level where you're stuck with Rush Bike. Only 2 parts of the entire level require Rush Bike to proceed. It's possible and even preferable to tackle everything else on foot, awkwardly summoning Rush while trying to shoot. The mini-boss, for example, is the perfect height to be hit from a standing position, which makes for a fun strategic fight. On Rush Bike, you need to jump to reach the weak spot, and that gets messy quickly. A lot of fiddly platforming is easier and more fun without the bike, too, such as the outdoor springs and bombs section. I do like the sense of structure in the level's lengthy layout, and it's good that you can't possibly skip the weapon pickups after teleporting in. I appreciate the tutorial sign at the beginning. I wish there were health refills between checkpoints. Some speed limit signs in the background earlier would have heightened the comedic impact of the boss intro. Quality sound clip choice, by the way. Oh, and the boss. Too fast, too furious for the Rush Bike to handle. Hiding under a ledge the whole time and having a stockpile of E-tanks seems like the only viable strategy. Exhausting gameplay, obnoxious tokens, good music with improperly balanced volume, nice graphics. When this stage clicks, it really clicks. When it all plays smoothly and the player and bike become one, it rules. And I think it has some genuinely well-designed and fun, challenging segments, even if a tad on the difficult side. I also think it does a really good job utilizing Nitro Man's tileset. It's all rather pretty and proof that you can make dev kit tilesets look great. Tiles that get used in new ways, such as the jump-through platforms, are understood by a player almost immediately thanks to clever introductions. And even though this is a rather minor thing, I really appreciate how well constructed the checkpoints are. You are not skipping stage gimmick, no sir. I also didn't mind most of the trickster tokens. They're hard, sure, but mostly fair. I think the first one is a bit too hard precise, thanks to control issues I'll mention shortly. Because there are quite a few issues that hold me back from truly enjoying this level. For example, there's some weird interactions with the Nitro Man trucks, often resulting in inexplicable instant death as it crushes you against a wall, ceiling, or floor. Makes sense in a vacuum, but given how Nitro Man trucks usually act, it seems off to a Mega Man player. This unfortunately affects the introduction to the fact that trucks combine with springs, making it a very deadly way to introduce the gimmick of the stage. The dev kit does feature a soft crushing feature, which could have been enabled for these custom trucks. But a lot of my issues really stem from just how awkward Rush Bike is to control, combined with the sheer precision this stage requires. The stage introduces the player to the Rush Bike's boost function right at the start, but I always found that trying to use it was somewhat suicidal thanks to Rush Bike's hitbox dissonance, which, granted, is the fault of the dev team. Still means the player will occasionally not make jumps that it looks like they should as they clip through. If the stage used less precision in this platforming to account for Rush Bike, I think the feeling that you get when the stage does gel could have been throughout. The absolute low point of the stage for me is the boss fight against Fake Man. Rush Bike does not a fun boss to make. Its impaired jump, delayed turn and movement, combined with just how fast the boss moves and its predictable but very erratic pattern makes dodging a crapshoot. Honestly, look to Sonic Advance 2 for a good possible Rush Bike boss, because like all of the bosses in Sonic Advance 2, you fight while constantly running and chasing the boss. In the end, I found this boss so frustrating thanks to Rush Bike. Outside of tanking hits and damage racing him, I found the only real way to best him was to pattern lock his AI and get Fake Man to bonk on the wall repeatedly on the right. I think the music choice to the fight suggested a much better alternative to me. Why not just go full on Sonic CD and just make it a race? Hey. That too. Boss battles do not always have to be a literal battle. Work to your stage's core strengths rather than forcing it into Mega Man tropes that'll ultimately hurt it.
What do you mean a big mess in here? I keep cleaning all that up. Alright, I'm back. She wanted to be like, I want inside, but except I barked, which means you must chase me. Please chase me, chase me. Zoomy Husky.
Sparks and Sockets by an absolute loser.
How I still want to know how the heck we get in here. Just
me too. Note for the MaGMML3 dead team. This level was submitted with a bugged object that constantly makes the player moonwalk. Since it would severely alter the level from how it was judged to fix it, the bug has been left in. Yay! Moonwalk!
what? Okay. Nuttin' and boltin'. Oh, you can't slide backwards, oh no. It is so weird. I can't. Rusty. Up.
Test out the new speed gear for the ultra low price of 0 bolts. You're now authorized to use a speed gear. Failure to complete the test in time will teleport you back to the speed gear and require you to restart the section. Good luck.
I would, if I could see. Rusty, quit taking revenge for getting flea medicine. I need to see. Whoa!
Yeah, only one of us can take this, so you go ahead and I'll fall in the pit.
See, come on!
So much for that.
Stepping on my freaking controller. Yeah. I know you're doing it on purpose because I just gave you flea medicine. You were a brat.
Oh!
No, you grab. Yeah, that's definitely glitchy for multiplayer. Whoa! What? Whoa! What is in this level causing this?
Hmm.
Oh no! Oh! Oh no! It's so hard to dodge and do stuff with that. I can't slide! It's not working! Ah! Ow! Stop that.
Bear destruction complete.
Okay. Ow.
There's a token.
Okay.
Boom, apparently. Got the fireworks going on, baby. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go get myself a snack or something. Pretzels, maybe.
How do you know damage this level? I don't think you can.
Pretzels!
Ah! I tried to jump. It threw off my jump timing. Oh no. Oh, it just stays destructed. Well,
How soon did you die after I got up and left?
Rusty. I didn't.
Thanks, Rusty.
Yes, thank you, Rusty. You had to ask how soon I died, and then it killed me. Oh, not again! Oh no. Oh. This just doesn't work in multiplayer, so. But at least I can get through the next screen.
That didn't work.
See, please. That is some pretty jerk enemy placement. Can you stop? Get off the mouse! What did you do? No, stop it. Hold on, I'm not even focused on the game. Trying. There we go, jeez. Ugh. Oh, I'm dead. Annoying. And I can't do anything because this level does not work in co-op. Grab the thing, run. Same spot. You see, it throws off the normal timing of the jump when you're sped up like that.
It's not that, it's the lag spike. From all the Nuttons and Boltons spawning in.
Oh! That too, yeah. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, 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 oi. Fleshy.
Oh, nice. Meow for Flurful.
Susie meow. Susie doesn't meow, usually. I mean, Boshi wouldn't care. He'd probably
Yeah. All right.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm stuck. Wait. What?
That's not what?
That's not.
Where's Mega Man?
Hold on. Let me check under Rusty. There he is. He turned orange from Rusty.
Quick Man, what are you doing here? My sense of pride was broken after I was defeated. After hearing the rumor about the device I was working on, which increased the speed of robots dramatically, I took up the opportunity to find and upgrade myself with it so I could become even
Mega Man's just being our navigator right now, Persona style.
faster. And then I could even impact me with a single shot while using this.
Are we really gonna do this? This sounds awful. Oh, this.
I'm going, Bastion!
This sounds awful. Oh.
It's a survival battle.
Oh, we did that. Okay. Can we not? This is awful.
E-tank time.
This is not good. This is not good. Stop it. Eat it. Who needs E-tank? I have skill. That was still kind of awful to do. Doorman.
Doorman.
I didn't want to jump into that. Hey, stop it.
Guards and sockets.
Kids, hi, Luna. You can't trade a toy for a kitty.
I wish I liked this level, really. It has a lot of good stuff to it. The Speed Gear sections are fun and distinct, a good reference to Mega Man 11. The Sparkwave and Garyobi sections are an excellent breather. Barrier Destroyer is a cute mechanic. The level's design intent is solid, and the custom enemies are entertaining to deal with. The bosses are also fun. Comboloid is always a treat, and I enjoy the electric twist he gets. Meanwhile, Speed Gear Quickman is one of the best survival bosses I've fought in a while. If that's all there was to the level, it'd be great. However, something about the level completely breaks Mega Man's movement. I have no idea what, but something forces him to face specific directions at several intervals. This makes some enemies not undodgeable since he can't slide backwards, and it makes the level extremely awkward to play since I never know when something will force me to moonwalk. I want to like this place as there's a lot of cool stuff in here, but whatever it was that broke comes at a massive cost to completely derailing this place. It's not broken to a point of being unplayable, but broken is broken, and I'll call it what it is. I was really struggling to review this stage for the longest time. Not because I had trouble forming an opinion on it, but because my first time through it, I honestly couldn't tell whether or not certain things were intentional or technical oversights, of which this level has several. No matter what way you look at it, though, this stage is very unstable. From suddenly moonwalking for no reason to a hard crash at one point after picking up the second speed gear. These significantly impacted my enjoyment with the stage, which is a bit of a shame since it would otherwise be pretty decent, if slightly generic stage. When it wants to work, the platform here can be fun. The token challenge in particular is really nicely laid out, and I kind of wish there were more moments like that throughout the level. As for the speed gear sections, I'm honestly not the biggest fan of these. Besides there being only 3 of them, you can mostly ignore the timer and breeze through these segments with minimal effort. For a second one, however, I feel like you must be missing something here because I have no idea how you're meant to get to the next room without dying, at least without using Magnet Beam. It definitely seems like there should have been something else in that room to help you get to the exit after picking up the speed gear, given I can't advance the text because the cat clicked somewhere.
Yeah, it's Rusky.
Given how wide open it is.
Off the mouse.
Thankfully, the stage ends on a more positive note with the Quickman Endurance battle. I like the idea of outlasting him while both he and the player have access to speed gear. Though it can be a little hectic toward the end once he spawns a copy of himself. That aside, I think that fight ultimately did help the stage out quite a bit. They're not really enough to offset the prior issues and bugs mentioned before. If those are fixed up, I could see it's turning out to be a fantastic level. Mach 5, but not quite. This feels more like an experiment stage with a not so frequent use of the speed gear and the weird signs that remove barrier blocks. I'm not sure what's with the moonwalking on occasion. It seems to just kick in without warning. Doesn't feel like an intended behavior. It's neat, I guess, with the few times that you get to play the speed gear. But buggy behavior does make going through the stage really awkward and somewhat unintuitive. I do like the tile set used here. Pretty well drawn. Though I don't know if I entirely agree about making everything the same tone of blue. There was kind of a fight at the end, if you can call it that, with the ultra speed upgraded Quickman, who is invulnerable but also has his health drained constantly. More of an endurance fight. Not too bad as a concept, I guess. And that summarizes stage 3 nicely. It's solid proof of concept. Bizarre design decisions, a messy challenge progression, and incredible playtesting oversight short-circuit what could have been an electrifying level. The beginning of my first playthrough was a disaster. Dropping in from the ceiling with a checkpoint reach notification and being thrown to challenges that feel more appropriate for a middle of the challenge arc, I was convinced I had somehow missed the first part of the level. I mistrusted the level's stability. Woof. Was reinforced by Mega Man spontaneously moonwalking. And unlike the Mega Man 2 Game Genie code I love so much, the unpredictability and functional inconsistencies of suddenly facing the other direction are irritatingly disruptive.
Okay, hold it.
Pass-through platforms threw me off. I like the idea of having different types that are only solid for specific objects, but they go from noteworthy gimmick to basically irrelevant after just one screen. It wasn't long before I encountered my first speed gear, which I was excited to find. My excitement perished in a bottomless pit a half-second later. Please take the time to develop new concepts in a gradual fashion. There's a lot I like, but many of the good points come with caveats. The graphics are polished and professional. I just wish the spikes were different colors so they popped more. The music fits, but the main theme is repetitive, and the boss theme should have been a jazzed-up remix or cover to fit the feel of the fight. The boss fight is interesting, but maybe a smidge too difficult. And I wish the cutscene displayed Quickman's portrait showed you receiving a speed gear and didn't repeat on a retry. I can nitpick the architecture and skippable speed gears, but I should conclude with what this level does right. Appropriate length, great checkpoint placement, cohesive theming, a meaningful mini-boss, and lots of good ideas that translate well into tricky platforming with an occasional puzzle bent that I greatly enjoy. Ouch. So, something went wrong here, didn't it? The player's direction and ability to slide get locked at sheer random, making the entire affair a confusing one. But that said, I think there's a good level under all this garbage fire of a code blunder, since even with it being barely playable at times, I still rather enjoyed it when it worked and wished there was just more of it. With more elaborate setups, especially the gear gimmick. So cool, so underutilized, I'm guessing this is what broke the level. Even then, I didn't encounter soft locks, which I guess is a lucky break. Other positives here. It's a nice looking level. Somewhat generic, but still very nice. I think the added details and reworked dev kit enemies help it out nicely. It's just a shame the music was just honestly pretty annoying, especially early in the loop. And while it's all well drawn, certain situations like the jump through or fall through platforms are incredibly hard to parse due to how they're designed. The mechanics are taught well enough too, which is good. You don't want to make things even more confusing. I'm not too fond of the Berry rework, Mega Man 5 Game Boy humanoid electric enemy. Mostly due to him being positioned in some rather obnoxious positions. But the real irritant here is probably Gary Obi, the almost invulnerable buzzsaw. There are definitely times, especially fighting the controls, where these gits are just too in the way. Even during the speed segments, there's little room to maneuver around them. That said, the other little changes gel, and reusing the projectile of Beery Spark, another Mega Man 5 Game Boy electric enemy, is one of those obvious in hindsight that I'm surprised I didn't see it more often in this contest. The Quickman's fight started strong. I don't mind the idea of waiting him out instead of blasting him, and it's a nice callback to his weakness in Mega Man 2, but In the end, got rather messy. It's super easy to desync the twin quickland by just standing in the wrong place. And what was once obvious tells becomes too little when you have to split your attention between two of the Pratts. I think my main issue with the stage, outside the obvious incredibly held together with tape nature of it, is that it really doesn't feel like it built up to anything. The final room was so easy and short that running into a boss door felt way too soon. Lost Caverns of Jungata.
Mysterio.
Where have I heard this before? Is this from a Mega Man?
No. Maybe it is? I don't know.
Yeah, go on without me.
I think it is. It sounds familiar, but I don't know. It almost sounds like it's from an RPG.
Could be from Star Force 3 then. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Or maybe it's an 8-bit remix of something from one of the Zero games.
I think it is, yeah.
Wait, is it the opening level of 04?
It might be.
Yeah, I'd bet on that. Ah. Whoops.
Oh, I already got the token, so whatever. Jerk enemy placement. At least I know it's there now.
Or, wait, no, it might be the first level of the ZX.
I have never played ZX, so I have never heard this. I've definitely heard this before.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard ZX is kind of bad, so it's not like... I mean, I still have to play it at some point, but I've heard it was not really that great.
It's an oddity.
ZX 1 and 2 or whatever, and yeah.
ZX and ZX Advent.
All I've ever heard is that Mega Man fans really didn't like it after like Zero and the other stuff did things. I've always heard it felt like a lazy attempt to continue this the series. Uh-oh.
What? Huh. Okay.
It's a dude.
Sure is.
Almost looked like a Sigma.
As for the battle with Sigma...
What the Sigma? It's called X. Oh no, Drill Dino. Oh, thank you for. I hate it when that happens. I hate it when the screen transitions kill you. A lot of health. I got that. Whoa! Ow.
What I want to know is if we'll, encounter any stages that use, like, NES East music or something.
Oh. Ah! Ah! Anything! Rusty! Damn it! How did you manage to minimize everything? What even does that? Everything minimized. Like it. How did that happen?
It happened because Rusty. Let's play some Battletoads! Ow.
Well, at least that was fairly easy to spot.
That was a pretty easy token.
I mean, it kinda almost has to be in a segment like that, so... Oh no.
Oops. Just jumped right into it like a doofus.
Please tell me we get to go get that token that's up top and we don't have to replay this level twice. Is that the yellow submarine? What the heck? What? It's the orange submarine. Fight the blue meanies.
What token up?
There's a token coming up.
Hmm.
Oh, liggity leg. Is there some reason you have to put these stupid bats in here along with these things? You get a position where you can't shoot them. That is annoying.
To screw up your Buster Only run by forcing you to use Tornado Blow.
Or the Hunter Laser too. I mean, either way. Yeah.
Get out of here, bats.
That's pretty much what we're gonna be doing. Oh, you're trying to do this so you can't. Ow.
Furbalurb.
Hi, Coots.
Woo! Left?
Yes. That is kind of annoying. Ah!
Yeah!
Why did it fly up? Did it just fly up to the platform?
I saw nothing.
The thing that hit us, one of the bats, it's like just came up from below.
Nothing hit me, I just fell in the pit.
Rusty, stop it! Gorp and Big Shot, why? Nothing applies right now to that, thank you. He's doing it just because I gave him flea medicine. I know that's exactly why he's doing it.
Sorry. Flurble! Okay. So wait, what's further to the left?
I don't know. Maybe that's where we come from the other way?
I guess.
I mean,
I didn't realize there was a split path.
at least we can go backwards and get the thing, but that's... I mean, it's something, I guess. Heck. It is.
Who the heck is that?
What is that noise? What the heck?
Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I have no idea.
I mean, yes, this is true right now. I just had to do it. Yeah, I mean... What? I think you're confused.
Okay, Matsu says it is 04 music.
Yeah. What?
So is there some reference here that I'm not getting, or is Jungata not really a thing? Either way, this is an okay level with fairly inoffensive design. Makes decent use of its various cannon-based enemies, has some pretty neat crash lists. It's cool to see the beach submarine on the alternate path. It also has some decent Joe lookalikes. The regular one makes a decent obstacle, and while fighting it head-on can be a pain, I appreciate that the blue one is more challenging than a typical Sniper Joe. Unfortunately, between the militaristic enemy set, the aesthetic, and the use of gimmicks like waterfalls, Jungata feels less like its own thing and more like a Napalm Man 2.0. This is a bit of a weakness. The lack of significant personal identity means Jungata fails to leave an impression. While the crash lift sections are of some interest, though I wish you got more time without the waterfalls. Combat sections and the jet ski feel very standard with no real interest. This level is, still inoffensive, but it's also very unmemorable. For future levels, I would advise something that feels less derivative.
Ooh.
This is a level that, at first, I didn't really have a strong opinion on one way or the other. There's nothing outstanding here, but it's also relatively inoffensive, at least until about 1 or 2 minutes in. Starting off, the platforming and enemy placements are all pretty basic, barring a few questionable things about here and there. The introductions to Machine Gun Joe reskins could have been a bit better. Plus, there's one Bata Baton during that first waterfall section and could easily catch you off guard and lead to a cheap death, seeing as he shows up right next to a Shadow Man platform. Those aside, however, I didn't have any other issues with the opening of the level, at least until I got to the spike drop. For record, I didn't have a problem with the spike drop itself. It's very easy, in fact. What I do take issue with, however, is putting a small side room with a token in it during that segment, and then putting a checkpoint at the end so you can't quickly redo it. Thankfully, it doesn't take that long to get back to that specific part, but even so, going through the opening section again just for another chance at that token room is still pretty tedious. Unfortunately, the issues with tokens in this level don't stop there. The 2 remaining ones are on split paths, both with checkpoints at the start of them. I get this is probably meant to introduce replay value, but I still dislike the notion of having to redo a large portion of the level just to go down one other path for a single collectible. Granted, you can bypass this altogether if you take the bottom route with the Wave Rider segment, then backtrack a little to get the other token once the path converges. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but either way, it cuts out a lot of backtracking. And really? That's all notable stuff I can think of for this level. What remains after the tokens are pretty standard platforming challenges, with maybe the exception of the Waterfall and Crashman platform section, which I actually found pretty engaging without utilities. If there were more sections like that, I would definitely think this level would have fared better. Instead, the token routes and the potential tedious backtracking they represent largely overshadowed the rest of the stage for me. Relic of Past Civilization! Pretty straightforward level. A little bit generic as far as gimmicks go with the Shadow and Crash platforms. There's also some weird reskins going on. Possibly of references I don't really get. Despite that, the level still makes decent use of its gimmicks, and it's also fun looking at the supposed Jungata robots of a lost civilization. During a spike drop, there's a sudden split path for the token, which is a bit rude since it's easy to miss the platform first time around and be forced to restart when you reach the bottom and trigger a checkpoint. Third token in the way back side section is a bit obscure to get to. Not too bad though once you notice the hints. What do you mean? It was just right there.
I mean, the path down.
Boss is a reskin of Pharaoh Man pretty much with a few tweaks on the damage number to make it more punishing. Pretty nice attention with the respite work though. It must be a requirement that any jungle-themed level in this contest has to feel like it's mixing some context. Between the unique-looking Joe enemies, the very cool beach submarine, and the intriguing secret room, there must be more of a story behind this level than the player can see. Thankfully, I'm only curious and not confused. Confusion only comes into play if I unwittingly go in the wrong direction when the split paths reconnect. Polish issues like that are the level's biggest struggle. Take the tile work, for example. The level does a good job of smashing together familiar tile sets to create something new, especially outdoors. And I dig the big hollow water pipe that spills into a pool. At the same time, the different tile sets don't always transition smoothly into each other, and individual tiles, usually corner tiles, look a little bit off. One thing that annoys me is falling blindly down a shaft, spotting what looks like a secret area, and then hitting a checkpoint before I have any opportunity to throw myself into a pit and go back for the secret. Waiting endlessly for moving platforms to sync up or loop back around is another annoyance. Special weapons certainly help, but they often remove the challenge entirely, which is the case with the tokens. For me, set pieces such as the falling bridge and the dinosaur tank are the most memorable parts of the level. The soundtrack, too. Platforming and combat are fine, not overwhelmingly novel or engaging, but by no means terrible. Power-ups and checkpoints are decent. Attempts are made to introduce new concepts safely, and it's nice that the boss's projectiles are destroyed along with the boss. Focusing on a slightly smaller group of assets, fleshing out the story, keeping a closer eye on the little details are what I'd like to see most here. This is a stage that lands in the realm of fine. It's a nice romp with a few flaws that knock it down, but overall still a fairly above average Mega Man stage. Metal Man, yes. It really leans rather heavily into Napalm Man, but does enough to not feel like a total rehash. And it is a romp. I don't really come away from the stage marveling at the enemy placement, that they also don't fall into the camp of mindless time sinks and nuisances. Bar a few exceptions on those later, and some of the 1 HP enemies that are a danger only as they're crossing platforms are honestly well positioned and fun. Honestly, that first water flow room a la Napalm Man is a blast. I think the lack of Copter Joes by itself does that. The use of Crash Man platforms overall did a job for me. Some fun timing challenges. I think the waterfalls made the odd one a bit too tight. The Badmintons were really rather mean in this room. You okay?
Yeah. This water got around too.
This is probably this part of the stage that took the longest to clear, by a long shot. It didn't quite fall into frustrating, but I think this section might be rather divisive, as it's cutting it real close. I appreciate the new enemy types, basic and familiar though they are, and I think they look rather nice graphically, but they stick out like a sore thumb next to the cutesy Mega Man enemies. Ideally, it'd be rather nice to see the entire roster at least graphically swapped to be consistent if possible. The actual tiling on the stage is respectable and looks good to me. The shipwrecked submarine from Blizzard Man is a really cool segment to mix things up. In many stages, the fact that death picks aren't graphically marked would be a knock against it, but a notable thing here is the stage design. Basically makes that a non-issue, with the only exception being a weird water pit on the wave bite path. The use of split paths doesn't really detract here, but don't really add anything either. I will say the point where to reconnect is rather needlessly obtuse and confusing. The The stage has a rare case where I think a checkpoint is rather badly positioned, and too early. The drop for the club token is not at all easy to parse, so when you fail with a checkpoint immediately on landing, it makes repeated attempts require a total forced restart. Really was rather vexing. The boss, whatever its name is a positive end to the stage. It's also a simple fun romp. The charge shot probably does way more damage than it should. But it's also so well telegraphed that reliably dodging becomes second nature. Like, seriously. This is how to do telegraphed attacks of this nature. Build up, and the telltale sign's about to launch. Good stuff.
Alright.
Can't get through Mysterio. You people need to stop accepting ice levels. Now the heating here is getting to me. No, I didn't get like this by diving into snow. I had a nightmare and woke up like this. What happened in it? I learned that my bank account was frozen. Horrifying stuff. Gross incandescence.
What?
What? Visions of death.
Oh, it's Dark Souls.
Whoa!
Of course, it's the giant arrow dudes.
Boingy castle. Huh, it's a treasure.
Are we gonna have finger butthole in this too?
Exploded. Fun, fortunate.
Why is there another way back up?
I don't know, let's find out.
There's nothing on the map.
Ouija! Try a ranged battle.
Thanks. I mean... Oh, that's annoying.
Be wary of grub.
Yeah, health. More health.
Try dashing through. Hey! What?
Wait, why did that get me? What? Huh?
Why did I spawn down there? Praise the bonfire. Bonfire! Oops. How do we get that key? What? Hidden path ahead. Oh.
Okay, that wasn't another mimic, so... I still want to know how in the world you, like... how I got nabbed by that, too, when you got nabbed. It's like, what? That doesn't make sense. I guess it's just automatically supposed to game over?
Yep. There's a lot of dragon heads mounted on the wall. Ooh.
That just went weird on me there. Oh, jeez, that means we need the frickin'... Hold on. Oh, do we have to beat you? Ow! There was something here. Oh, that's just that down there, yeah.
Oh, I get clipped downward by the closing door. Or zipped downward, I guess.
No, Cat, I don't need to see, thank you. Oh, this is gonna get annoying. I can't see. This section is genuinely terrible. Like,
It's the Dark Souls of MaGMML3.
not even Dark Souls has more fair type challenges than just BS enemy placement like that. Oh, okay, he's gone.
And Golden Knight despawned, I guess. What? Well then!
Well, that sure is something. Oh, this section is annoying. Rush, rush.
Bye, Rush.
Oh, that's right, I have to hit that stupid frickin' thing.
Ah. Bonfire!
This section is genuinely annoying as heck. Praise the sun, huh? That sounds...
Ding-a-lee-ding. Visions of Wretch. Yep, that's grammar.
I mean, that's Dark Souls messages for you. They limit what you can type. Oh, you're supposed to do that, okay.
One of those is probably a mimic. Yep. Rude.
That's just dumb.
Flurble, blurble, herbal.
I hate this. Come on!
We don't even need the key anymore, do we?
I don't know. It's better be safe than sorry. Like, okay, Dark Souls, that's fine, but... do you need to make it a fair Mega Man level? 2? Right! Come back here!
Come back, my beautiful contradiction!
Well...
yeah, the chest room is a dead end. Time for up. Okay. Try jumping off. Oh. Heh.
This is also a fairly long level, too. Ooh. That.
The sun switch didn't work. Praise the sniper!
Praise co-op. Get rid of that dude quickly. Ow. As long as we don't fight Ornstein and Smog. Or Melania. Or let me solo her.
Are you ready? Aye, aye, Captain!
It is him.
Ah, fatty.
Yes, Rusty.
Now the real fight begins. Starfield Disarray lost.
It's a dog! Screw you! I said no fighting them, and of course that's who shows up. No! 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 Did it make it easier when he went into rage mode here? What the heck? It's not over, Wardy!
That's not even a boss? I did it! Amazing chest ahead. Liar ahead. Try attacking. Thou hast journeyed far and overcome much, chosen animal. Zero chosen. Oh, chosen animal. I am Sunlight Woman. Daughter of Lord Mick and Queen of France.
What?
Since the day father his sunglasses did breaketh, I have awaited thee. I bequeath the energy element to thee, and beseech thee, succeed Lord Mick, and inheriteth the elements of our game. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight and avert further player sacrifices. Don't you dare! Visions of Trap.
I don't know who you are.
Lag City!
No. Thanks. Don't know who this is supposed to be. Is she like a fire keeper, or I don't know who she's supposed to be? Oh, that background is throwing me off a little. Can we hit her, please? That would be nice if we could hit her. Thanks. No? Are we not allowed to hit her?
This is pretty effective.
This would suck the Buster only, jeez. That would really suck the Buster only. She sat the entire
Slideshow Mo engaged. Crash Man. That's cute. Robocod. Black Hero Key.
What?
I don't know. Gross incandescence, 25% time penalty. You got a really good score otherwise. Is this the Dark Souls of Mega Man games? Actually, yes, it literally is. I'm not a Dark Souls nerd at the time of writing this review. I barely follow the series. Still, I have researched it. I have a general sense of what Dark Souls design is supposed to be, and I have to say, Gross Incandescence is a commendable tribute to a well-built series. It does a fine job of capturing the hard but fair style as well as the community's quirks. Is it challenging? Absolutely. But it's all solvable with practice. It can even become easy. Using what Dark Souls knowledge I do have, I can tell this is Anne Orlando, which is an excellent choice. The enemy set reflects this, and for the most part it works. The painted guardians are excellent distractions. Royal Sentinel is a fun spin on Power Muscler. The petite devils, while a bit useless, are a cute reference. And the floating masks are an excellent way to enable the fair side of this design. I love the visual tell on what they'll drop. The part where it falters is the Silver Knights, ironically not the ones with great bows. Rather, it's the sword fighters, as I find their tactics a bit confusing. If there's a consistent way to fight them in every scenario with only the Buster, I don't know it. As for the level itself, the big part to talk about is the infamous roof and rafters section. It was exactly as brutal as I was expecting, yet so well designed that I genuinely enjoyed throwing my head against it. The success is achieved through 4 methods. First, you have all your weapons, enabling access to multiple solutions, not unlike some of the Souls games. Second, there are soul piles that telegraph important locations, rewarding proper observation. Third, the one surprise death trap is right beneath the bonfire, meaning you can learn it without any real punishment, and it does have a tell. Finally, everything is killable with just a charge shot and good aim. Let me tell you, it was really satisfying to Buster only this puzzle. Dodge past the guardians and break open in the treasure room. Sadly, the level falls off after that. The section after the third bonfire never reaches the interest levels to roof and rafters. And the boss fight is kind of a mess. I have a very vague understanding of how Ornstein and Small's AIs work, maybe, but actually stringing that into something useful is beyond me, and the fight just ends up awkward instead. To make matters worse, Super Ornstein can be pattern locked into a corner somehow, which completely kills the fight. The secret boss is an improvement, but he has a typical Wily Capsule issue with staying out of reach for too long. 1 or 2 attacks is fine, but over half a minute before I can land even one shot is a bit much. He's more entertaining than his servants, but he's still not as good as the level. I need water.
Yeah, he stayed out of range way too long. Double titties. My arm is falling asleep. Are you too comfortable? Hmm? Double head pets. It's the dad and daughter. It's the daddy, here's the daughter.
This is my favorite kind of reference level. The type where you don't really need to be all that familiar with the source material to have fun with it. Starting off, the visuals in this stage are absolutely gorgeous. Everything from the tiles to the backgrounds to the enemies, especially ones that use vanilla ones as a base. Everything looks and sounds great here. The level design is generally well structured, barring some spotty moments near the beginning. I wasn't really a fan of how cramped some sections were. For the most part, though, the room layouts and enemies complement each other very nicely to create some challenging segments. After having gone through them so many times, however, I did start to notice some technical issues here and there. Some of them were minor, like the Sentinel's death explosion not always being centered on the spot where he died. In one case, the Sentinel straight up froze on me after he lost his halberd. Others are a bit more glaring, like one of the Silver Knights being completely intangible intangible until he starts moving. There's also a pretty bad glitch associated with the mimics. You can still shoot for a few moments if they catch you, and if you happen to use Tornado Blow, it completely crashes the game.
no.
Aside from that last one, these issues didn't really hamper my experience with the level. That being said, the end bosses unfortunately did. Ornstein and Smell aren't really well coordinated, which results in a lot of situations where it doesn't seem possible to avoid their rather stiff-looking attacks. It gets a bit more manageable when there's only one left, but the fight is still pretty finicky. Super Ornstein takes up so much screen real estate that he passed through the floor and died on me at one point. And while I know
that's the thing that happens too, so...
And while I know that's a thing that can happen in the original Dark Souls, I don't think it should have been carried over to the stage, intentional or not.
Oh, it was Gwendolyn's. Oh,
on the flip side,
okay.
Yeah. While Gwendolyn's fight is much more stable by comparison, they also suffer from Wily Capsule Syndrome, and it can stay out of your range for far too long, which drags the fight out severely. Like, if you're gonna have a Wily Capsule, do it in low gravity, like Mega Man 10 did. Overall, while the bugs and end bosses hold it back a bit, I still really enjoyed my time with the stage. Dark Souls. The stage seems like it's a big homage to Dark Souls. I never really got interested in the series that much, so most of the jokes don't really land on me. One thing I can definitely appreciate, though, is the aesthetics. They are absolutely gorgeous. Stylish tile sets that would belong to Castlevania. Beautiful sprite work with clever implementation of classic Mega Man enemy designs onto these Dark Souls enemies. And the music is a pretty good remix to fit the Mega Man style. As for the general game design aspect, it's a little bit unfocused at times, I feel. Aside from the presentation, there isn't anything too remarkable about the platforming and combat in this. The invisible floors are odd design choices, but there are hints showing that they're there, so I guess that's not too bad. Not really a big fan of the insta-kill character chest, but at least they're distinguishable, and their only real setback is in the token room that you need a key to access. Some really nerve-wracking crash platform-wise where you can get knocked away by the knife-throwing enemies at any moment, yet they still feel fair for the most part. I've definitely seen worse usage of crash platforms. This is probably the only part of the whole entry that felt kinda Dark Souls-y in terms of difficulty. Seems to be some odd collision placements here and there, as there was a corner collision with no tile there at some parts. The wall to the left of the key is non-solid, and it's hard to tell it's intentional given the hidden floor shenanigans required to get there, but it doesn't look like it's... It looks like it doesn't go anywhere, so probably an oversight. Thankfully, the bosses aren't all that brutal here, unlike in Dark Souls, but I feel their damage is just a bit over-nerfed as I just keep taking hits and still win the fights. That applies to both the main bosses and bonus boss. Kind of easily awkward first try them, okay? Dark Souls, right? I haven't played Dark Souls, so forgive me if I'm not enthralled by the cluttered enemy setups, inexplicable glowy bubbles everywhere, and obnoxiously unhelpful hints that probably made this feel true to the source material. The music's good. Custom sprites look really nice. The tile set has too many different colors and textures for my taste, but it creates a memorable atmosphere all the same. I like the bonfire checkpoints. Man-eating chests are a nice, evil touch. There's a certain charm to the questionably sudden metal theming and silly humor at the end. And I love that there are two equally valid ways to claim the element. A number of technical issues mar the polish. Smaller things such as the pop-up text persisting on the pause screen. Bigger things such as what happens if you send a large red pillar into the sky without you standing on it. Catastrophic things such as a hard crash if you destroy a chest while being eaten by it. Design-wise, certain elements feel arbitrary, the tadpole room, unnecessary, two-way transitions everywhere, disposable, invisible explorers, or tiresome, enemies with too much help, yet nothing is ever bad. There's enough of a learning curve and challenge progression. Boss fights are appropriately unique and challenging. Gimmicks add some variety to combat, though comp bombs and springs break me out of the medieval castle mindset, and could be a mid without significantly affecting the gameplay, especially the broken ceiling springs. Checkpoints are satisfactorily frequent if you're using special weapons. A few sections, for example the one with moving platforms and the clever dragon head background, start to drag after repeated buster attempts. Without an appreciation for its source material, the left comes across as stylish, but leaves me feeling the right word be hollow. This level is incredibly polished in some ways. In other areas, it actually feels very messy. Obviously, this is a very pretty, atmospheric, and fun stage, and has some elements that are genuinely funny. Quite a rarity among the so-called comedians in this contest. However, the gameplay does not have the same level of care put into it. Beneath the surface, the stage is quite basic, mostly made up of enemy challenges. When the gimmicks were introduced, they were typically underutilized and did not add much to the level. Some of the rooms felt very cramped to move around and were hard to avoid being hit in, although this was offset somewhat by how generous the collectibles were. The enemy spawning was inconsistent. The Golden Knight enemy was particularly shy about spawning, especially in the room with the first checkpoint. The lift, while graphically impressive, felt like filler as there was nothing to do. The two biggest issues were the rail platform room and the first bosses. It was very difficult making your way across this room given you have little space to maneuver against the homing daggers. And the room felt like a side of difficulty, like a fairly huge stage. Perhaps using a different enemy type, such as the Archer or Lancer, would work better. The fight against Dragon Slayer, Orgenstein, and Executioner Smo was a very hectic fight that ended up being a damage race, as there were a number of attacks that were completely unavoidable given there were two enemies. Once one of them had been defeated, the other was significantly easier. Ornstein was nowhere near as threatening at double size. It felt like a disconnect when the first half of the fight was chaotic, so it suddenly became a non-issue once one of the bosses was dead. Smo was a nice boss and did work well by himself, but when combined with the charging attack from Ornstein, it became far too difficult, if even possible, to avoid being hit. The Mick boss, thanks for forgetting me, was a significant improvement. The homing attack should have been a bit higher when the spheres exploded into the ground, but other than that, it was an interesting, fun fight. The level's biggest strength is the aesthetics, and that probably added a great deal to how fun the level was. It was well-drawn, well-animated, and had a huge amount of personality. The instant kill chests honestly made me laugh, and the hint system worked extremely well to stop what normally be unfair obstacles from becoming frustrating. There might be quite a bit of criticism in the review here, but the level was fun, and that is the best thing you can ask for in a stage.
I mean, some of the sections were annoying, but that's just the thing. Foo Man.
Foo Man!
Two?
2 elements, 5 tokens. What? Oh no!
That's a lot of dudes that.
This level contains glitch effects that
Man
flash
with the machine
rapidly.
gun.
Yeah, from Final Fantasy VIII. Despite being considerably slowed down by the dev team, there is still a potential source of eye strain. Using certain weapons in some parts of the stage can make it worse, and is especially severe during the boss fight.
Oh no.
Enter the room to the right to see an example of the effect. Please don't hesitate to skip this level by going left if you feel it slightly uncomfortable.
This is ridiculously common at this tier.
This level has 2 paths. The first isn't so bad, but the second, if you can even find it, now that's a long one. Very long. Difficult too, like trying to find which folder you saved your keys to. Is it on the C drive or the D drive? The tokens in this level are so annoying to get. You have to think fast, act fast, scratch fast, too fast. Not even the dev team could get them all. Only about 3 members got that Rush Bite token legitimately.
Ooh.
And the one where you jump up and up, if only these extra arms could climb walls, but then it would stop the itching. Ow. Among all the other problems this level has, the difficulty level's overcranked. Has second path. I knew retro games are brutal, but I never knew you could break all my limbs in 9 places. And it wasn't even on brutal mode. Yes, this level has a brutal mode. At least it's optional, but why? So at one point a certain NPC will ask you to find some hidden terminals throughout the level. Don't. Level Maker tried to force a costume unlock through these terminals. They weren't allowed to do that. There's no reward for finding them now, so you don't needn't bother. Wish they'd given that costume to me at least. I'm here to mention magnet beam suddenly not working with no visual indication in certain areas is not a bug. As I say, it's a feature.
Oh no.
Let's see.
Oh, that's a Vinesaw stage.
A little disorienting.
Fu Man. What? Why? What? Why is that Fu Man? What?
Foo is a metasyntactic variable in programming documentation.
Oh.
Credits. Original tiles, boss graphics, and one enemy graphic. Kresh. 8-bit covers, Jockey of Famatracker, this song. Furry Kef of Famatracker, a later boss. Tristan28 of YouTube, later
Furry
section.
Kef? I'm gonna poke him about that. I haven't seen him in a while. Wait, no, he's on our frickin'... The Furry Kef, he's in our frickin' one of our Discords. You can poke him about that later.
Tristan28 of YouTube, a later... One additional track is ripped source from Zophar's domain. And one final one I couldn't pin down before submission. Design, program, and most original meh graphics by me. I sourced additional graphics in Dev Cadets, NES screen cap rips, and MaGMML3 Light Lab, from which I made edited versions like this console here. Special thanks to Level 99 Dark Mage for many, many rounds of testing. Additional testing and valuable input by Ratty, Kresh, That One Ender, Quackman, Art, Tokyo, Fabian, Phazon Motherbrain, Sea Sketch, Truffle Toad, Gone Sovereign, and anyone else I forgot to name. Okay. The block back there toggles brutal mode, which makes the enemies, levels, and gimmicks. This mode is strongly not recommended for anyone on their first playthrough. Even hardened Mega Man veterans, as there are many tricky new mechanics to learn. The only rewards are bolts and tanks at the end. A perfect run across extreme reflexes, timing, and manipulation of enemy mechanics is exclusive to this map, and it persists until you close the game.
Well, thank you for dropping that.
Okay.
Oh, ice wall, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I was gonna say, but why though?
Yeah. Bastion, did you make it safely? We were barely able to teleport you in through all the interference. Digging into Fu Man's system, I learned that he's trying to revive Wily's reality warping technology.
Why are we in Battle Network again?
He has been using this research to enhance the factory and its robots, so I've also detected the presence of several glitches in the system. I don't know what this means, but you'll need to halt the development by securing Fu Man's energy element. Be careful, Bastion.
I love how Susie read all the warnings of how bad this level is, and she's already ready to blow it up.
Tuh.
Just looks like she's about to blow up the computer. Man with the machine gun isn't a bad track to choose, honestly.
Yeah, I dig it.
Ah, yes. The theme of Squall's father. And before people argue with me, it is actually present in the game where he says it. Go on board the Ragnarok in the final chapter. Find him and his friends, talk to them. There's a big story reveal. Barely anybody even knows it exists because it's poorly placed, but it is there.
Protovirus.
Oh, hello, Mega Man X boss.
Dr. Light to the rescue, apparently.
Where was it? Dude from? Oh, this way. I think? Oh.
Nice.
Whoa. Okay, they do put... I mean, I'll give them one thing. They put a lot of, like, unique stuff in it. Yeah. Unique stuff into it. Whoa.
Whoa! That looks cool!
Yeah, there's definitely some unique stuff to this.
Bastion, read me? Can't get a visual feeding up, but you seem to be getting source of the glitches. I'll try and more in.
Uh-oh, I see a token here. Where do we get it? Oh, that was...
That's the token we already got.
Ah!
I guess we are intended to go this way, yeah. Buster virus!
It's a Buster Sword. Cloud, get this guy off me! Ah!
Ow.
Ah!
Cloud McFox.
Super lag there. Jeez, I couldn't do much. What? Who the heck are you? Ah! Lag! I know what lag is.
I don't know, it's a
Lag, man.
It's a mini boss. Floral Hergaburga Boogie Boogie Boogie. Ah!
An extremely annoying mini boss. Why is the checkpoint at the mini boss? That is terrible. Stop that.
It's not even a mini boss, is it?
No.
It's just the weird
I
enemy.
had to fight the boss without any help.
Chop, chop, chop.
Slap chop. Whoa, that moves really quick.
Amatsu says he thinks this is the only level with all of the Skipgate NPCs present.
I saw that. This is
Wow.
that's not a very well designed little mini boss there. It moves too fast. There's no it's hard to almost impossible to dodge. Of course it's gonna be impossible to dodge when there's a fat cat in the way, Rusty. Ow. I can't see a thing. I can't see. Rusty, please. Rusty!
Watch your step, Dr. Light.
Please.
How are we gonna get down there?
Where? Well...
Oh, well, we need iframes from something. Down there. Wait, that doesn't go to a token, does it? Okay.
8-bit Cloud, why? What? I guess 8-bit Cloud did make an appeal! You go get up! Wah! Rusty, I can't see! Please! Oh, don't sit on your daughter. I kind of wish we had the map for this so I could tell what the heck is going on. I can't... Cat. Please! Ow! Cat! Oh! Okay, oh, I think they lay down. Wait, why did that switch my weapon too?
I had no idea.
That's a little weird.
Whoops. Ah! Ah!
Oh jeez, you gotta move fast here. Oh!
Do loop-de-loop and pool, and your shoes are looking cool.
Nokia snake level. What? Huh? I am... What is going on? I am generally this is... weird.
You're supposed to make it up to the ladder.
You can't make it up to the ladder though, because it's blocked off. You can't jump up through it.
You gotta jump onto it when it turns around.
I'm trying to, but I can't see through a frickin' pass! It is really hard to do stuff right now. Whoa.
Bye. Oh, bugger. Wait, can you climb up that red thing? Actually, I guess it doesn't matter if you can. Nope, apparently you can't. Okay.
What the heck is this then? What?
It's a mystery.
I hate this stupid freaking enemy that does not stop attacking like that. That is awful. Oh, this is really hard to do when I'm covered in cats. Cats are gonna kick you off just so I can play a game. Ah!
Whoops.
Okay, this stupid purple dude needs to go away.
Tornado blow.
God, super annoying. Oh, this purple dude sucks. Go away.
Token time.
Oh, this is genuinely, like, insane here. I hate this. I really hate this. Whoa! Whoa! Oh no, I couldn't get up because you can get right there too. Oh, You have to rely on like it zipping you correctly. It's like a Yoko block. Oh, this is. I hate this. Oh, I hate this. Oh, this is awful.
Whoops!
I can't move fast enough. I hate this. This is awful. This is genuinely just awful beyond reason.
Is this even for a token? I didn't see it. Compass signal.
I hate this so much. This is not fun, man. Like, what the heck?
Oh, yeah, okay, there's a token.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, at least there's no instant death here, but this is still, like, really stupid. This is...
Doesn't help that it's a lag fest.
This is the dark... Oh, come on! I don't move with the platform! Oh! This is the Dark Souls of Mega Man. I can't get across because it doesn't move you! That is bad! Through the rules, I have Magnet Beam. Oh, go away, you stupid
Why do you think there wasn't a...
You grimace face, go away! No. 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 I hate the stupid grimace face, dude! We're somewhere.
You'll never get my element.
Oh, it freaking reflex. Oh, this is pain in the butt. And this is, we're not even.
Let's see how he likes a magnetic shockwave.
That would make sense to be his weakness.
It's not his weakness.
It's corrupting things.
Oh! So it is.
Oh, God.
I'm out of shockwave. He did, Bastion. However, defeating Fu Man seems to have no effect on the anomalies whatsoever. There may be a second force in play, perhaps even with its own element. Remember that area with the interference? May warrant further investigation. That's for another time, however. Now bring that robot home. Routing Fu Man's PC, you find data on pros and enhancements to Wily's robots, schematics for an expansion to Fu Man's lair, blueprints for a seemingly ineffective decoy robot, and other data which Dr. Light can use. There are a few movies, songs, and games that none have been accessed in a long time. They likely belong to whoever Wily's robots stole his terminal from. From the looks of it, Fu Man was all work and no play. Among Fu Man's log entries are scant references to an experiment gone haywire with a now missing energy element, and many later entries regarding containing a nuisance that Fu Man couldn't identify.
Where even is this second... What?
You remember when we fell into a room full of glitching?
Kind of. I mean, if not even the devs could get these, I want to see if I can get them, but... Things are weird now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So we have to beat them first to... How does that work? I wonder how they do that. Is it maybe it's just checking if we have the first element?
Maybe.
Of course, now these dudes are shooting more elements, more things, but
Two ways to die. Oh wait, that was the name of its attack. That's not a hint.
that was okay. Adding more stuff to it, I guess. So it's a second route, just this frickin' changing the entire first route up, which is means you'll never be able to play the first route again. This is awful. Stop. It's ow, yeah. Ah, wait, what? How did, what? How, but I didn't get crushed by it. What? Do. Why do you guys shoot more stuff now? That's just rude. There it is.
Up? Oh, yeah.
What? How do we? How do you know? How did you even know what was what there?
I didn't. It's time for the rush bike.
This is the rush bike segment, huh? Ow. It doesn't help when cats are like kicking my finger either. But... Oh, well, that's gonna be awful to try to co-op. Wow. No, well, that sure is something there. So this is a segment that you couldn't get, okay? I want to get it just because I could...
Yeah! Where's the token? Oh, it's up there.
Oh, that is just rude. I can't turn around enough.
Can you get off the bike?
Maybe?
There?
Wait, no, I was standing on spikes, so I don't think so.
Were you?
I think I was standing on spikes. But if this is the one that... Hey! Well, that just killed us both. We gotta wait till, like, the earliest we can get on it. What?
I don't know.
Like... Well, that killed me. Jeez. This is not fit for co-op, this section. This is kind of rough. I couldn't do anything because Rusty is on the controller. Stop.
Rusty buddy.
This is already hard enough. I don't need a cat percent this. That killed me.
Lag spike!
Not even lag spike, it pushed me forward and killed me.
It was a lag spike for me. Whoops.
Rusty, no! Come on! I need to use my hands. I don't need you pressing the button. I was right at the end, you jerk. You are too...
Whoops.
You are too big and too fat to be getting in my way, cat.
Yeah, you could just jump off here.
Got it!
Yay!
Now, question is... No, that's RustJet. Question is, how the heck do you get back? I guess like that.
Die.
Hey, we got the one! I got the one that they didn't get. Woohoo! That is... still a pain in the butt. Lug. Easter egg. Oh! The enemies change forms. Interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Oop. What? Reflect blocks. No response. The interference is too great.
Well, we're almost through this. Ah! You come on, you jerk! That is an awful placement for that. Wow. Well, at least we're in the room. Oh, thanks.
Yeah!
Oh no! Ah! Are we gonna fight the Kirby boss? Wait, what? Oh, there's a ladder there.
You can go left here.
I see it. No, you can't.
Ice wall.
And how am I supposed to ice?
You push the ice wall and then ride it and slide.
I can't push. I can't stand these stupid frickin' face dudes. It doesn't work. Oh, these face dudes need to go. I hate these little frickin' grimace faces. They're awful. It doesn't work. It pushes you off.
Oh. You're sliding?
I am sliding, yes. Oh, I hate this so much. Go away. It doesn't work.
Okay then.
It pushes you off. It just pushes you off even when you're trying to slide. See? It's not possible to get in there. I don't know why they would do it that way, but maybe they had no idea that it wasn't going to frickin' work. But that sure is something. Grimace face is even worse right now. I hate this thing. I freaking hate this thing. It is awful. It needs to go away. Why does it respawn? Okay, you know what? Screw you. Your stupid mechanics are not working right. I am not dealing with your BS. That one's fine. Hello world. Yes.
GC.dll.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Oh shoot. I can't see. Oh, we don't even have all the tokens yet either.
Bastion, can you read me? I finally have a visual. Something about this room. It seems like a deliberate island of stability. From what your scanners tell me, this other entity seems to be aware of you and likely wants to meet you. Who knows for what end, but I doubt we'll be able to communicate again for some time. Be on your guard, Bastion. Dance!
How?
Magnum virus. That's not what the Magnum virus looks like. Whoa.
This is pretty bad. Oh look at the secret room. How the hell do I get in there? Oh no. Well, there's the secret room, and I'm dead.
Huh. That looks like it needs break dash. Somehow. Like that! What? Okay.
I think there were some, like, bolts in there or something. Color a dinosaur.
Color a dinosaur. Kirby!
Hello, Kirby. There's a token coming up soon, it looks like. Hold on. It's above us?
There is something over here. Maybe. Bah. Well, it wasn't that. I can't move.
Oh no.
The doors are glitched.
What?
Huh.
What?
Those go to the same place?
I guess so? Why do they go to the same place?
Hmm.
I guess it's time to die because... how the hell do you even get in there? What? I don't understand.
Wait, are you sure we haven't been in there already?
I was looking at the map. It didn't look like we were in there at all. Hold on. I don't understand what is going on. What? I honestly do not know what is going on.
Okay, then let's go.
Hopefully we're not going to lose whatever that is because of dumb.
There's probably a door, like, coming up. Yeah.
What is that supposed to be?
I don't know. Let's try everything.
Bubbles.
Here we are.
Oh, hi.
It's computer virus!
You mean the thing I was wondering if we were going to have to fight? Well, I gotta stop doing that. Point so far is the only, really. Rusty, please. Okay, just make it undodgeable, why don't you?
Victory! Bastion gained 874 XP. You earned 3 manliness points. You earned 4 housekeeping points. You earned 4 pogo stick points. You earned 2 soccer points. You earned 2 sentience points. You earned 4 light points.
Oh, okay then.
Soccer! Ha!
Normally that would despawn off screen in Mega Man. I expected it the attack to despawn, but I guess not. Well, at least that wasn't a single hit kill. So what other classic game is gonna pop up next? Is it
Castlevania?
Should be Vine Sauce, the corruption entity. Honestly, the Kirby level was just the level by itself. It wouldn't be that bad.
Dude, a warp star!
Ah, lag! Whoa! Oh no!
Is this Jet Set Radio? Or Jet Set Willy?
No. This is...
What?
This is a... I don't remember the name of it. We're not British, so we wouldn't know. Oh, we died in one hit.
It is one of those kinds of games.
Oh, but if either of us get hit, then it's completely over. That is... Why does it kill both of us? This is extra cruel. Rusty, no! Stop! Get off my hand and controller! I hate it. This is so annoying. It's like I want to be the guy for me all over. Well, oh, that's not a ladder you can climb, I guess. Okay. At least it's the same. Oh, yeah, flea medicine in my hands. At least it's the same screen.
How is this supposed to work?
I'll just let you try to get through it, because trying to multiplayer, this is bad. Oh no. Here, let me get an attempt in. Rusty, stop. Oh, this is awful! Do we gotta, like, I want to be the guy that's up here? I guess we do. Why would you do this? This is just genuinely awful. This is just genuinely awful.
Nope, that didn't work.
How? I don't... How? I don't think we can get through that. I don't think you can avoid that.
Watch this.
What? It's gotta be like pixel perfect.
Nice!
There's the last token.
What? Oh, break dash! Woo!
Oh,
oops.
jeez. Kills both of us again. That is... I hate that the platforms don't move you with them. It is so off-putting. I mean, these ones do, but those ones don't. I hate this. This is so ridiculous. The timing is just so off between these two platforms. I hate this so much. Hit with a rock, yes, or something. Oh. Got it.
Here we go.
Oh, come on. We're in. Glug. Stupid grimace shake, mofo. Oh. Oh no. Ear piercing! Death. Rusty, get off the mouse pad. You must get off the mouse pad, seriously, cat.
Oops.
And the lag immediately killed me from your death. This is a very unfriendly level. Why did I respawn? Wait, what? What happened? I'm confused. What happened with the respawns there?
Oops.
I hate this so much. Ah. Go away.
Oop.
Gotcha.
Try easy to come in the stabilize, but you need terminals like this one.
Oh, that's one of the hidden things, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. Been hoping you would show up.
Who?
I don't know.
What is... You have a lot of health for some reason. Is there some reason we need to give these bosses, like, ridiculous amounts of health? Of course. Oh. Lovely.
Yay!
Glitch woman.
You're pretty good. I don't work for Wily or Light or whoever you're fighting. I was just bored. That element over there just materialized a while ago. I don't need it, so I use it to save the crystals or whatever. Oh, and if you have time, could you look around for special terminals? They don't have anything to do with trickster tokens, but I really need your help with this. I don't know exactly where they all are, but I do know a little about how to find them. I think Dr. Light knows something about one of the terminals, but he can be kind of scatterbrained. It usually comes back to him around the original dancing sword, but it may take a while to remember. It's almost inconceivable that another element we located here, but it's strange that the glitches haven't cleared. Perhaps there's something else you need to do. For now, it seems this room is stable enough for transport. Take the element, Bastion.
No. Well, we 100% the level, so that's a lot more than a lot of the devs and judges did, I guess. So,
Yeah.
and hey, I got the freaking token that they couldn't get, so woohoo! I mean, we still.
Flashman really hated this level.
Oh man,
Patchy didn't have fun.
a lot of them didn't have fun. Me and Shinryu have some stuff in common here with some of this, I guess. I mean, I can say I hate it, but there's like legit hate, and just like I hate that I'm having to, you know.
Well, one thing's obvious. This took a lot of effort to put together. Fu Man is one of the most complex levels in the contest, and it goes to such great lengths to do unique stuff that I have to give top marks for creativity. However, unrestrained creativity often comes with its own issues, and Fu Man, as much as I like this place, has things it sorely needs to polish. Several things. First thing, the visual aesthetic. I get it. This is a cyberspace of some kind. It's got a really cool and memorable theming that I'll not soon forget. But making almost every solid object green and black was an awful idea. The contrast.
Wow.
Contrast between platform types is terrible, which hampers readability severely for things like solids versus spikes. For that matter, there's no visual difference between spikes that hurt rush spike and spikes that won't, so I was very confused by the third token. Second thing, the individual level pieces. While the concepts themselves are alright, in practice everything is tuned too much toward being hard. The conveyor belts and snake platforms are fast enough to make reacting a pain, especially in token sections. The Mets have next to no vulnerability. The telegraph for Toss Machine's aim is way too small, making it nigh impossible to tell where it's going. Wanderbell's speed and spawn rate are too fast to work with on top of already fast gimmicks. Most probably, that purple ball enemy is one of the most annoying enemies I've ever seen. He could work in something less complicated, but there's too much going on here for him to take part. About the only thing that isn't super brutal is the MaGMML3 codes. Even then, their scenarios can be a bit messy. Ultimately, the excess brutality of the level's individual concepts brings it low. This is a huge shame, as the level design would be great if the pieces weren't so nasty. Fu Man's Route is pretty much a normal robot master stage, steadily building on itself.
Excuse me.
With increasing challenge and complexity, and it isn't that long if you avoid dying a bunch. Good luck with that. It also changes a bit on the rerun, which is a big boon for Glitch Woman. Her route is a lot more interesting than most second elements, owing to Kirby and Monty on the Run switching up the gameplay. That's what it is, Monty on the Run. And the final challenge before her fight should be a respectable send-off to the level's pieces. It's interesting, it's compelling, it builds on its various aspects, avoids getting super repetitive, and delivers on a climax. By outrights, it should be fine. But since everything's over-tuned to kill you, the entire level is painful instead of fair to the vast majority of players. And even with interesting concepts and evidence of competent design, the only reason my scores didn't tank is that I have a Herculean patience, and have been able to mostly buster only the harder Mega Man fan games, so I ultimately enjoyed my experience. Someone at a very high skill level and high patience threshold will probably also enjoy this place, and I try to account for that in my scoring, but that is not most people. I fully anticipate being the only judge who scores Fu Man decently, and I can't disagree with my fellow panelists and their issues. As a hint to folks struggling with the Monty section, Breakdash and the ability to jump out of it neuters a surprising amount of the challenge. The bosses are about the only exception to difficulty excess, and I largely enjoyed the break in difficulty. Even then, Fu Man's fight can be lengthy, especially on brutal mode. 100% optional hard mode's too much. A good grief, he has too much shielding. And Glitch Woman throws out way too many projectiles for her speed. The mid-bosses are pretty fine, though, and I enjoyed the throwback to Mega Man X2 with the holograms. Finally, there's a crud ton of optional items, and they're pretty much an even split between good and bad. The Spade token and Glitch One's video game tokens are great, and I love the computer virus fight. The vertical climb and rush bike sections are way too precise to be worth the effort. There's also these Easter egg terminals, which were the reason for Bukinashi Man showing up. The Breakdash terminals are easy, though, and the terminal next to Glitch Woman's boss door is a legit speedrun tactic. But the ones that block out Magna Beam have infuriating timing and, again, are not worth the effort. That's really the core problem with this level. It's creative, and the design is technically good. It can be so vicious that the experience just won't feel worth the effort for a lot of people. I like the creativity behind this, didn't hate the difficulty on the main route, and I believe this level has potential to be really fun, but not in its current state, unless you have a lot of patience and a lot of skill. I'd strongly advise toning down, well, everything. Once that's done, then we have a much better level.
It's even harder in co-op, and we just got through that. It's way harder in co-op because it kills both of you. Hi. Gonna come.
From a technical standpoint, this is easily one of the most impressive stages in the entire contest. I can't even imagine how long it must have taken to code some of the assets for this. Suffice to say that hard work really shows. When it comes to the level design, however, that sort of things get a bit tricky. For the longest time, I honestly couldn't decide whether or not I liked this stage. It has a lot of decently designed platforming segments coupled with interesting set-piece moments, but there's also a number of frustrating and questionable parts as well. For what it's worth, I do think the positives slightly outweigh the negatives here. It does have some genuinely good segments in it, all of which take great advantage of the custom assets. The code platforms in particular I found to be really interesting, since they're such a simple yet extremely versatile gimmick. The way to create top solids, ladders, and even spikes adds a lot of depth onto the situations where you show up.
What are you doing?
Which also sets it apart from other block train type gimmicks.
We can't see you.
While it's generally a fun gimmick to interact with, there's still points where it can be a hassle, mainly anytime they're sped up. The rush bike segment is the worst of these, as figuring out the timing on some of the jumps is more about trial and error than anything.
Tell the husky she can't be seen and she climbs up.
Aww. Hi, Luna. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Hello. She's a cutie. Though I absolutely love the first half of the glitch zone, the Monty on the Run section is bogged down to the incredibly small space you have to avoid the enemies. While you can use breakdance to cheese this section a bit, in one case it's even required to reach a token. Reinforces how flawed this part is. Abusing invincibility frames shouldn't be the best way to get through it, yet it is. Thankfully, it's only this segment, the rushback token, and some of the hidden optional challenges that are annoying. Everything else in the stage ranges from decent to well-made, including most of the bosses.
Wow, and we got through that without using the break dash. And in co-op.
I don't have any.
Look out.
Yeah, I don't have any real complaints about the mini bosses or the ones in the first half of the glitch zone. They're all entertaining in their own regards. Woof. Woof.
Luna, quit
Why woof?
pestering Lakota.
Plus, I appreciate that the sword viruses all have their own unique attacks instead of just being carbon copies of the one from X2. As for Fu Man himself, he has some pretty simplistic projectile and movement patterns, but he still manages to offer a decent fight. Glitch Woman, on the other hand, I'm of two minds on. Her fight is a lot more involved compared to Fu Man's, and I don't mind the several ideas for her attack patterns on second phase. That said, I ended up not enjoying it as much due to how easily she can flood the screen with missiles. Overall, I think the best way to describe the stage is flashy, yet a bit daunting due to how much is going on here. You could definitely see this being a bit of a Marmite level to most, but for what it's worth, I'm still glad I got to experience it. A Fu walks into a bar. This is certainly a neat aesthetic, gives off a strong high-tech feeling. The effect is especially cool with how the stages and enemies transform into their power-up cyber variant as you move along. I like the concepts of the powered-up enemies. It certainly gives the usually harmless and underwhelming enemies like the Wonder Bell more utility and challenge design. It fits with the hacking theme the stage seems to be going for pretty well too. The asset presentation is definitely the strongest point of the stage, even having these impressive 3D wireframe bosses as weapons as mini bosses. However, the challenge can get pretty rough at times. For example, the snake platform moves really fast, like way too fast to manage, and it's easy to get pushed off the geometry when the player is colliding with its path. Actions. The token room with the long climb of these platforms especially highlights this. The respawning purple blob enemy is an absolute nuisance. It's already bad enough that it always resides on the far corners of the screen, way out of reach of the buster. Actively being an annoyance, especially during the tricky platforming puzzle rooms. Fu Man is a cute design. The messages he gives on the screen while he types are pretty funny. The attacks are also creative and hilarious. It appears the poor fellow couldn't even scroll the text.
There, it should be back on it now.
Couldn't even move on his own and had to resort to turning the floor into a conveyor belt. I like him. He definitely serves as a good finale to the stage. But I cannot recapture the experience anymore, no matter what I do. The stage becomes glitchy on subsequent playthroughs. Tile sets become this garbled mess on some screens. At some point, it starts placing my current character into Kirby's Adventure and Monty on the Run for the Commodore 64. I think my NES cartridge is ruined beyond repair. Let this be a lesson to take good care of your cartridges. I'll spare you the 700-word rant about how it took me 2 hours and 20 minutes to 100% this level, which, for reference, is how long it took me to 100% the entirety of Tier 6.
Wow, we got through that quick.
Inappropriate ambition for a contest of this scope is only part of why my additional enjoyment is turned into bitter dismay. You have a boffo premise and many terrific ideas, but things are organized and communicated in a manner that promotes extreme frustration and confusion.
What is boffo? I've
Fu
heard
Man-
that before.
I don't know. Sounds like British slang.
Maybe.
Fu Man isn't the main focus of his own level. The path leading to him is merely one section in a full-on game about Glitch Woman. Without being trained to search for secrets in the mindset of a glitch hunter, finding the area with the interference is a maddening task in a level this vast and full of visual disturbances. Complicating a search are top secret terminals. Do I need to find them all first? And unexpected aesthetic changes. Are there functional changes too? In terms of introductions, placement, and persistence, the enemies, looking at you, teleporting ball, are more cheap and challenging. The fight with Glitchman, while creative, is overwhelming, which could be said of the graphics and many gimmick challenges as well. Brutal modes should not be available on the first playthrough. Fragmented lore and overlong digressions into Kirby and Monty, why not shorter jaunts into more games, make the level incomprehensible. Only after 100% completion, which is asininely difficult, does a narrative tied to itself together become compelling. I might add that the insinuation of a costume unlock, if intentional, is presumptuous. However, I approve of the developer room, not to mention the polished programming, fascinating gimmick concepts, engaging mini-bosses, Final Fantasy VIII music cover, attention to minuscule details, tremendously charming humor, some of the best in the contest, IMO, and Fu Man himself. These things would have easily carried the level if it were shorter and simpler. Gonna lay my cards on the table immediately about this stage. I feel like this stage missed several memos. Look, there are literally, at this point, hundreds of submissions. What makes you think your stage needs to be the one that takes literal hours to finish it all? There's a certain level of arrogance here that oozes throughout the further you get into it. And that has sunk what could have been a contending stage. Almost all goodwill is taken away by just having no restraint. Strap in, folks. This is my Yggdrasil review of the game.
Look
I
at how
apologize for
long
nothing.
it is! Whoa!
The stage had started to lose its appeal partway through the first element, but had the stage ended there and then, I dare say I might have come away much more positive. But then the dawning realization hit. Yeah, there's a glitch woman path. Cue eye roll, sighs, and going and getting more caffeine. Now I'm forced to trek through another entire stage of this all. See, doing the whole two stages in one is, as it turns out, a really, really bad idea. Because if your stage does something that is irritating and the stage does, all the issues and faults in what would have been minor irritations hit full brunt head on. Hoo boy! Given that the judges basically need to replay stages a few times to get an accurate idea of it, the issue is really compounded with multiple elements and a sprawling level of hidden and often hard to get crap. So that second element by itself shot this level in the foot, and then other issues kept on shooting. So the stage is very pretty. It's got real life to it all, and it looks nice. The new graphical elements are also cute, and I maybe like the Kirby and Monty on the Run segments if they hadn't been stuck onto the tail end of the second element, but I digress. And yes, the 3D model enemies are very, very impressive. Unfortunately, the level's effects often hurt gameplay. Even when I was going for the terminals, it's quite hard to notice what I can interact with all the glitching going on. In other areas, the effects cover up what I'm supposed to be doing, or get overly distracting during boss fights so I can't see what the heck I'm supposed to be dodging. Now, I like the reforming platform gimmick in theory, and this stage really explores it. Heck, if the next issue I brought up wasn't a factor, I'd love these rooms, barring the club and heart token, of course. But it's really hard to parse what parts of these platforms are and aren't solid. Sometimes it changes as it moves just to add to the confusion. But the real kicker here is the corner pieces. The really small ones are solid. Enemies often bonk into something as you try and best time yourself, often straight into the pit of spikes. This is a recurring issue. What really kills the fun in this stage, on top of everything else, the enemies. I hate them. You know who met? The guy from MaGMML3, and I especially hate that respawning purple ball git thing that really makes going after the more finicky terminal and tokens a right ball ache. Even weapons barely help here. Why is the purple git respawn? Why? In another stage, I might have found the Kirby and Monty rooms cute. The Kirby area amounts to not a lot, just that kind of extra padding to an already padded level. The Monty area is quite obnoxious. Mega Man is too big a character to easily and naturally move around 8x8 blocks, and the already thin patience is worn out further, trying to go through enemies you can't actually deal with. Being locked into a checkpoint because he failed the token is cute, too. But this has to be one of the worst stages to try and 100%. Virtually every single token challenge is beyond obnoxious, finicky, and I'm just going to be honest, I just can't do some of them, even with weapons. Maybe age and my injury has something to do with it, but at the end of the day, I legitimately can't get some of these. That club one is so finicky, so taxing, and so awkward to time that climb and way too punishing. No, they're asking way too much of the player. Hell, I couldn't even find the heart token without relying on external help. I've been very kind to tokens that just rely on the player just paying attention to their surroundings and don't even mind them being a bit sneaky about it. This, right here, no visual cue, nothing. It's just in an arbitrary location in a level that has not at all been consistent about whether or not rooms with no walls can be scrolled through. Let's be honest, I can't do this challenge either. It's about on par with the club token. God, two in one stage, eh? 183 other bloody entries, and I managed almost everything else they threw at me. Even to the point of perfect running areas and bosses. But this, I draw the line with. I'm not physically hurting myself for this. Oh, yeah. Sure, the Kirby Superstar RPG mini-boss was cute, but I had quite enough at that point. Let's not get started with the terminal nonsense. Fu Man and Glitch Woman. Fu Man wasn't fun. Turning arbitrarily invincible is one thing, but he has a lot of very tricky attacks and not nearly good enough tells to make dodging anything but a crapshoot. Glitch Woman is the better boss fight, to a point. Using the MaGMML3 Fortress boss thing does you no favors though. If anything, it detracts. Look, I'm so cool, I'm basically a guardian! She is better than Fu Man though. Her tells are more reasonable, but the stage is dragged on so long at this point, I don't care anymore and don't want to bother doing anything more than using a weakness and haphazardly end the fight. Here's my final argument on why I think this stage failed so hard. Stages can either be greater than or lesser than the sum of their parts. If a competent level nevertheless results in a dreadful experience, then that stage is worse than a jank fest with some mediocre areas that overall results in a fun playthrough. Let's give a canonical example. Mega Man Powered Up versus the original NES game comes to mind. Yes, Powered Up. It's technically superior to NES. More characters, more modes, more everything. It even has a few levels that are straight up improvements, so I'd much rather play the original. The irritation factor. Oftentimes worse enemies, more obnoxious boss fights, devil. It all outweighs its strengths for me. That's Fu Man. The competent stage is otherwise not even slightly fun to play for me. Stage almost makes me want to weep. It has all the makings of one of, if not the best entries. It only has some actual damn restraint. Post-judging comment. Hey, so now I have access to the source code now that I finished judging. Did you try to force us to include your OC as a skin? It's there in the project file, fully kitted out, ready to go. So much code and many Easter eggs and assets referring to it. It's so heavily integrated into the Glitch Woman boss fight. Surely we must add it, right? The work's already done for us. We'd be silly not to. No. No, that's not your decision. I take exception to that. As co-host of the contest, I am putting my foot down on any attempts at doing so. It's dead. I removed it. I had to reprogram how the boss partially works, but it's dead. Do not underestimate the motivation of annoyance. Don't think I didn't see a slide time that's subtly suggesting we should give you an alter weapon either, by just including one in your submission. Wow. In retrospect, that kind of proves my initial point of arrogance and lacking restraint and agorgance.
Oh no, a Gorgons.
And with this, this is now one of the few entries getting itself blacklisted from having any main game references. Grats.
Wow. Wow.
This is being made public along with the other examples to discourage this from happening in future games and contests. Out of the other examples, this is the only one that actually drew my ire.
Whoa. Wait.
Okay,
how did you just shoot my weapon and yours at the same... What?
What? I didn't do anything.
When you hit a button or something, both me and you shot.
Yeah. Anyway, I need water.
Oh.
Shoot!
I mean, considering it, I get it. I mean, me and Serial K9 got through a co-op pretty quickly, but, I mean, that, if they were trying to pull that stuff to force it, don't do that, no! You can't think that stuff's going to be included in. Put that in your own game or something. Would it be nice to see your own sprite creation come up as a costume? Sure, but you should earn that. You don't just assume. It makes an ass out of you and Glitch Woman. Come here. Dakota. Hey. Hey, Mr. Hoots. Mr. Hoots. I gotta chew. I got the tug. You wanna play tug? I know, nobody ever wants to play tug. Only War will play tug. Go get bored. No, you wanna play tug? Here. Get it. You get it. Play tug. Come on, get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Come on, play tug, you goofus. Why is it none of my dogs want to play tug? Here. Grab it. Take it. Get it. You play tug with it, you goof. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Come on. I got a mosquito bite. The reason I keep sneezing, I got a mosquito bite like right on the edge of my nose here. And it's... the itchiness is like going into my nose and making me sneeze, and it's driving me nuts. Because Florida is filled with skeeters.
Okay.
Boss fight time.
Spade Magnes.
That's not Bastion.
Strange. The tier boss should be here. Where are
Yes,
they?
Bastion's wearing a costume right now.
Mirage Man! So you're the one in charge of this gauntlet. Hello? You can see me, can't you? I here challenge you for the tier rank. You're spoiling my view of my own visage. Gah! Where did you come from? Thought you were over there. Just a mirage. Appearances can be deceiving. Hasn't this gauntlet taught you that? Everyone here is pretending they're someone else. Masks and cloaks, top hats and armor. I see you brought your own unique style to this tournament. Aren't we the creative soul? Either way, you have the freedom to choose. I don't. What do you mean? My mirages can make me appear as anyone at all. I want to show that off to the world, but Ernest will forbade it. Tournament staff cannot enter the costume contest, he said. It would be a gross conflict of interest. To be denied like that, it wounds me. All I can do now is imagine an audience cheering me in this little room. Well, Mr. Ernest isn't wrong, but you know, it's not so bad. This gauntlet, you're the main event. You can show off your talents to all sorts of strong robots, and you can push them to their limit.
Push it to the limit.
I say that leaves a stronger impression than coming first in a sideshow. What do you think? Yes, that's true. Here I can do far more than play pretend. Perhaps I need that pep talk. I thank you, Bastion. Now show me what you got. Hold nothing back.
I mean, okay, even though Susie was talking. lag!
Nice!
Trying to outsmart the Displacer Tiger with displacing, huh?
Hey, Proto Man. Bastion, do you believe in fairy tales? This party has a door to a magic kingdom somewhere backstage, but you need to find a secret switch first. You've already passed it, but if you want to retrace your steps, then step forward, accept your final judgment.
Oh, over here, I think.
We already passed the,
Shut up, Presto. Michael, the stupid mustache, a stupid name. Okay.
Huh. Alright, time to find the secret switch.
Oh! Cerberus Man is there.
Borf! If you're going to run the simulation on the right, heed my warning, Bastion. As it reaches its end, the weather gets so bad your eyes might not be able to handle it, even if they aren't sensitive. You should have listened to this strange man at the start. The start might sustain for you, perhaps you should too. Levy. My heads.
Okay, so how do we get the...
We have to find a secret switch.
Yeah, but it said if you want to find it, step forward to face your final judgment, which...
No, he said we already passed it, but if you want to search for it, step forward. Is that it? Yep.
It's Mysterio, of course it was. That's still one of my favorite funny moments in a video game is the original PSX Spider-Man, where in the ending, Mysterio is in jail, and he gets like a bunch of porno magazines and like a swimsuit calendar, and he's like, "Oh, this is from Spider-Man. Thank you so much." And he opens it up, and it's Spider-Man went through and cut all the faces off, replacing them with fish bowls with fish in them. And he's like, and it's like, what?
I thought I was the only one who'd find this hiding place. I've been using it to practice my war face. I want the last thing my prey sees to be a face so fearsome they're paralyzed with terror. Try using that mirror over there, but there's something odd about it. Almost like there's a castle inside reflection. Maybe you should have a look. Oh, and watch your back. I'll be waiting for you when you least expect it.
She's like another Susie.
I didn't choose this costume. The Mega Man killer stuffed me into it, then threw me in here. Turns out that Quince is the only fruit that starts with a Q, but they didn't want me cramping their style. At least the spiders here think I'm cool. At least they're not going to make fun of me.
Why did a beat leave it here? Costume party? What are you talking about? This is where I live.
Oh no, more people moving backstage now alongside that ugly Quince? I can't be seen. I can't afford to pay rent. I've got 10 kids I need to keep energized, and I'm relying on them all to avenge me in the end of my untimely demise.
Okay.
Spooter. That does it. I'm tired of living in the rafters all my life. I want to get out of here and get into showbiz. The problem is I don't think my name's too appealing. How does Cog Spider sound to you? What about a Rat Gear? Maybe I can workshop ideas with Shotman and Friender. You thought Crazy Cannon and Hot Dog were their real names? Nope, just some fancy nicknames some the advertisers came up with.
Oh, it's Alice in the Wonderland.
Let's go!
Oh no, it is.
Who dares enter through the enchanted magic mirror? Just kidding, that mirror isn't magic. Also, Oracle of Ages music. Puh.
Device that warps local space time for instant transportation, which is far more sensible than magic.
Spin! Ah, welcome. I'm the court jester. Ho ho. Hey, stop! Get back here! Oh, hello, Bastion. Oh dear, this is quite embarrassing. Since I have this long dress, I thought I could get away with wearing my new boots underneath it. Now my legs won't stop. Don't worry, I'll catch him soon. Maybe. Please stop. Hark! I recognize you. You are none other than Bastion. I see you found our little mirror world hidden away in this rather regal party. Your curiosity shall be rewarded, for in front of you stands a simulation starring none other than myself. Her Majesty had a vested interest in showcasing the resolve of our Queen's Guard, and struck a deal with earnest will to craft an extra trial for the tournament goers. So, Bastion.
Look forward to seeing you.
Look forward to meeting you inside.
That is a lot of tokens.
It's almost midnight. I don't want to do this level now.
Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll do it next time.
Yeah.
Yay! We got through, so, I mean, we beat a level that gave a lot of the judges trouble, the 100%, and we did it faster! I gotta wonder what injury poor Ace Spark has, because, I mean, I get it, I'm old, I mean, I'm in my 40s, and I have a permanent injury, so I get it, I fully get it. And I fully get the frustration that happens when you have to deal with stuff. Especially cats, who want to constantly be in the way.
Kitties.
Belly. Ooh. He loves his belly rubs, because boy kitties love belly rubs, girl kitties are like, I will rip you apart. Wrist related, ouch. Okay, yeah. Oh, like carpal tunnel and stuff. I have like tendon injury right here that's going to take maybe a year to heal, which sucks because it's hard to fish. That was from doing pizzas and cooking and going like way too fast, but hey. Alright, well, I guess hopefully tomorrow we will actually be able to freaking do something. It's been months and months. It's getting ridiculous. The time disparity the Bastion is having more adventures in Mega Man than he is in the RP he's from. There are so many things to get, like Phoenixes and Ring Bears and I don't know, and girlfriends and stuff like that. And you need Dragonites to mix in with the other stuff because that's just what he does. Well, hopefully we'll be able to continue tomorrow. Not this, but like RP. If not, I'm sure you'll be doing something, or maybe I'll do Neo 2, or I don't know. We'll see. Especially if I've been having headaches, so maybe I'll do Neo 2, or my own solo stuff, or maybe I'll do it before RP time. I don't know. I don't have an interview tomorrow. I work Thursday through Sunday, so we'll see what's going on there.
Okay.
I mean, it's just DoorDash again, so it's not a big thing. Alrighty. Well, I'll see you all next time. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Stay well. Be well. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Good night, guys.
Bonk.
Kitty.